So we get ready to start up. Shabbat Shalom to everybody first and foremost. You know, it's the Sabbath day. It's our day of rest. It's our day that we getting back, that we learning about us in, that we haven't been taught in, that, you know, your so-called preachers and teachers of the word that's inside the church house have not taught you. So we learn it from inside our home, in the comfort of our home, where the word tells us to get our own households in order. You know, be a shepherd of your own home, a shepherd of your own flock. Since they ain't doing it, then the Most High tells us to do it. So we'll actually be coming from the book of Daniel today, because we finished up Ezekiel. But I got something I want to read to y'all that was sent to me this morning, October the 5th, 2024. And y'all know it's from the Father's Heart Ministry. So I'm going to read that. We're going to break that down, and then we're going to move straight on into the lesson. Is that cool?
Yes.
All right. And if y'all y'all do come in, always tap the screen, share the live. You know, if y'all want to throw some gifts or some beans, whatever y'all call it, diamonds, please do so. But continue to share the live, continue to comment, continue to, you know, uplift, continue to pray, because it takes a lot to give a lesson like this and stand up in front of everybody and say, well, thus saith the Lord, without no fear. You know, you gotta be just like David. You know, whom shall I fear? You know, the Lord is my light, salvation. You know, who shall I fear? Who shall I fear? I don't fear nobody but the Most High. I don't fear nobody, what they say, like Tupac said, fear no man but God. But I fear nobody but the Creator that created me. You can take the flesh, but you can't take the spirit out of me. The Father says today, dream a bigger dream. It is time to dream a bigger dream, for I am the Most High, who is more than you can ask or think. I long for your prayers to challenge the very strength of my arm to act on your behalf. Rise up, dust off those instruments of praise. Those instruments of praise, the way we used to pray, or the way that we did praise and didn't know that you was giving the praise, the way that we was dancing, the way we was singing, the way we was operating. He says, dust that off, kick that off, because I'm finna give you a new praise. I'm finna bring a new feel to it. I'm finna bring a new scene, a new thing, a new producer, a new radio host, a new shepherd, a new father, a new cleaner, a new representation of me that you need to see. The Father says it's praiseworthy.
Come on.
And craft an audacious prayer that will startle every spirit of complacency and doubt. The Father says it's going to literally, this praise, this is going to be so different. This lesson, this teaching is going to be so different that it's going to start people to wanting to praise God in a different way, to want to acknowledge Him on the Sabbath day, to want to set the tone of their household with their children, with their wives, with their flock, with their sheep, with their shepherds. Yeah. The shepherds are going to be the head now, no longer the tail. You can't kick us out. Hey. It says, cry out loud. Do not hold back. Let your voice be heard in the heavens. Petition me and know that I am the God who answers with power and might. He says, give me a petition. Write it out to me. Speak it to me. Say it to me. Do it live on television. Stop doing it just because, oh, they tell you don't do this in this place. You don't talk like that. You don't pray like that. You don't worship like that. The Father says, come to me and watch me do it. I'm recording this. I'm watching you. So get ready. I want to see your praise. I want to see that worthiness. I want to see you represent me for real, and not for play.
That's it. Your weapons. Come on.
Says, do not hold back. Let your voice be heard in the heavens. Petition me and know that I am the God who answers with power and might. In the midst of adversity, challenge, and lack, I will manifest my glory and be known as the provider of dreams. Now your dreams are going to come to fruition. Dreams that are dreamed by those who dream bigger than any human can think, imagine, or conceive. He says the dreams that you dream now, you better dream big. Like that song say, what's that man? He got that song. It's gonna be big. You better dream big.
I know that's right.
Don't just dream mediocre. Oh, I want to be a basketball player. I want to be a football player. I want to be the next actor, the next actress. I want to be the next comedian. I want to be the next greatest thing. I want to be the hottest thing. I want to be the hottest topic. The Father says, no, I need you to dream bigger. I need you to go higher. I need your praise to be a worthy praise. I need your petition to be a petition that really brings me to town and not like Santa Claus. I need you to bring me whenever you pray. I need you to bring me whenever you drop down to your knees and you go to the secret place. I need you to pray to me before you get up and go to school, before you get up and go to church, before you get up and go to work.
Come on.
Before you go out into the world.
Set the atmosphere.
You got to set the atmosphere. Set the tone. Send me into the buildings. Send me into the homes. Send me back into the schools.
Come on.
Send me back into the world.
Amen. So big.
I have equipped you with everything you need to fulfill your destiny. I have given you my spirit to guide you, my word to instruct you, my love to empower you.
Come on, Lord.
It's a power that comes over you.
Yes,
it's a spirit that comes over you.
on.
You know, I know they was like, oh, I feel the spirit. Don't you? Oh my God, I feel it. You sounded like Elmo. You don't feel no spirit. You feel a demonic spirit if you acting like that. Lord have mercy, take me now. Like Janet Jackson on, I'm not Janet Jackson, excuse my language. Jada Pinkett on Kingdom Come. Lord, take me now. We don't do that stupid stuff. We don't act like that at no funeral. Like they said in there, we are the Slocums, and we will hold our head up high. You come on out this closet. You come on out of here. Like, hey, we don't represent, that ain't us. That's just the way that they act on television and on TV. But the way the Most High bring it, he said, hey, you going to represent.
I know that.
You ain't going to look like no fool. You ain't going to look like no heathen. But you going to tell them who been doing the work of the heathen.
That's it. Exposure.
It says, so do not shrink back from the dreams I have placed in your heart. Embrace them with boldness and pursue them with passion. For I am the Most High who opens doors that no one can shut and who makes a way where there seems to be no way.
Come on.
He opens the doors that no man can shut. No man can shut it down. No man can shut the platforms down. They tried many times. They tried to shut the mobile service down. They tried to shut you down, son. But the Most High opens doors all the time. All you got to do is walk away from the crime.
All the time.
When you walk away from crime, when you walk away from lawlessness, when you walk away from the ways of the heathen, the way that these pagans have told us to live, that's a different type of walk. That can't nobody shut down. That's a different type of anger inside of you. Right. Frustration, that's a different type of spirit inside of you.
That's it.
Creating me a clean heart.
Come on.
A right spirit.
Yes, renew the right spirit.
Clean my heart up and give me the right spirit within you.
Father.
Not the spirit of confusion, disruption, division, fear, lust, disbelief, disobedience, playing games, deaf and dumbness, mind control, and all aspects and attributes of those spirits.
You better say.
Trust in my faithfulness and my provision. Trust in my love and my grace. For I am the Most High who is working all things together for your good. Romans, what is that? Anybody know? Romans chapter what?
8 and 28.
8 and 28. Romans 8 and 28.
Yes, Lord.
Plans. So he says, together for your good, even when you cannot see it or understand it. Even when I don't see it, you working.
That's it.
Even when I don't feel it, you working. You never stop. You never stop. You never stop working. Hey, I ain't never stopped working. I'm still going. It's by the grace of God that I'm still going, because I could have been and took myself out a long time ago.
My.
I could have been and gave up. I could have stopped teaching and preaching. I could have just did everything that the heathens wanted me to. I could have been laid up with somebody else and not given this word and been laying up next to a snake in the grass. Laid up next to one that want to tear you down, that want to slander your name, want to call you a wolf in sheep's clothing, but don't want to support you.
That part.
Don't want to help you. Don't want to see the glory of the Lord working through you because they jealous of you.
Hey.
You got witches and warlocks out here. They got a Jezebel and Ahab spirit. Do not settle for mediocrity or complacency. Do not allow the enemy to steal your hope or your joy. For I am the Most High who restores and rebuilds and who brings beauty from ashes. That's the dry bones. Bring beauty from ashes. But don't get mad. Don't get mad because you ain't got it yet, because you ain't got the money, you ain't got the place to stay at yet. Hey, it ain't the time yet. Because see, the way that you want to get it, the way that a lot of y'all be wanting to get it, want to chase somebody, want to go after some old man and become somebody's sugar mama, or and he be your sugar daddy.
Yeah.
You know, he got to pick you up and make sure you own your P's and Q's.
Right.
You know, he got to do everything for you, but he ain't the one pleasing you.
All that
He just giving you the money so you can go and do everything that's funny.
Uh-huh.
But the Most High said, no, that ain't the way it's supposed to be.
No.
No, it's supposed to be somebody that's in position to pass that down to you. There's supposed to be a father in play that gives his daughter away and don't give her to no sucker that just want to play with her.
Right.
It's one that want to take care of
I
them.
know that.
One that wants to make sure the household is in order. That if we have some kids, I know that your tail going to be in here and you going to represent for our family.
Come on.
And not go out there and be representing for somebody else's family while this family is struggling.
Come on. You better say it.
You doing the wrong thing. You sitting up there trying to make sure everybody else is straight, but you ain't taking care of your responsibilities. And when you take care of your responsibilities, you ain't got to brag about it because they going to be able to see it and they going to want to bring their children and their young ones to you and say, what can I do to be saved too? How can I get my household in order? How can I get blessed with a house? How can I get blessed with the business? How can I, all those things that's going to come. But you ain't got to go chasing after those things. All you got to do is chase after the right one that's going to bless you with those things. Because he don't want you poor. He don't want you sick. He don't want you shut in. He wants you to come out of it.
Come on, Lord.
But it ain't no prosperity preaching.
It ain't no prosperity preach. Come on. It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle that you got to keep up. It's a lifestyle that you got to show to your flock, to your children as the shepherd, as the king that's on the scene. As the one that everybody say, oh, that's my pastor.
Hey.
That's my shepherd. That's his chosen one.
Yes, Lord.
That's the one I'm going to listen to. I ain't going to listen to none of these other fools.
Right.
But see, they going to try to throw you in the lion's den. And they going to try to get you to eat their food, their spiritual food. They going to try to get you to do what the heathens do. They going to try to convince you that you need to do this too, that you need to chase Jesus like them too.
Right.
But he said, I ain't in there. Was he in there? No. David prophesied about being in the lion's den, but didn't know that it was going to be his own son that would be in the lion's den with his spirit of his father all over him.
Yeah.
Because of who he was taught by. Not just the father. You better put the mother in there too. Abigail.
Amen.
Abigail was a crying, praying woman, a woman that warred in the spirit.
She didn't play that.
She didn't play that. Even when she went to David and she told him, listen, I know that my husband he done some wrong and he done been into some stuff. But hey, listen, David, you don't need his blood on your hands. As a matter of fact, I'm about to make sure y'all straight. I'm going to make sure y'all can eat. I'm going to make sure y'all got a place to sleep. How many people you got with you, David? How many people you got with you? Your whole army, everybody going to be taken care of. Just don't come over here and do what the enemy wants you to do. But see, her husband didn't hear that. He got up the next morning, he mad as I don't know what.
Yeah.
He get up and he head off and gets unalived in the process. But see, Abigail interceded for him.
Sure did.
She did not say, yes, take my husband out. I know he done messed up. She said, listen.
Right.
That's still my husband. Can't do that. But, hey, David, when he do go down, I'll be your wife now. I'll be one of yours. I'll jump on the plane. I'll jump on the train. Listen, I will follow you wherever you go because that you right here, I know that you exist because you done made sure me and my children is taken care of. You done made sure we got a household. You done made sure that you praying for everybody, that you, even the people that done came up in there, you still pray for them.
Right.
While they was praying on you because they thought you was too strict and you was going to do something to them too. It ain't me. It's the spirit that's within me. Open up your books to Daniel chapter 1.
Daniel chapter.
I hope y'all listening. Yeah. And y'all getting something.
Oh, we get.
Let me get some of my water real quick.
Daniel chapter 1.
Let me tell y'all something. They can't do what God has gifted me to do. They can't get up in the morning and walk 7 times around the track like they did, and they brought the walls of Jericho down in the book of Joshua.
Come on.
Like literally the walls of Jericho came down. The walls is coming down.
Coming down.
The war is going on.
Yes, Lord.
The famine is happening right now. People is already going to the stores and shopping and stuff, trying to buy up stuff because they see what everybody else don't see because everybody else is focused on these stories.
Right.
They're not focused on their own household and that he's saying, look, you need to be paying attention. When I said the walls is coming down, I didn't tell you what type of walls is coming down.
Yes.
I said the walls of Jericho is coming down. But you better start marching now.
Hey.
You better walk around about 7 times and decree them words and give me your petition. Give me your praise. Because the walls is coming down. The trumpets is about to be sound.
My.
They can't do like me, like I said. And I'm not boasting, I'm not bragging, but I'm just saying. Got up early in the morning, made sure I walked, I prayed with God, had to have my conversation, got the music going, brought the Holy Spirit in. You know, radio station, still got on the live supporting others. And then turn around right after that and got to go live for whatever hours he going to have me up here. Ain't no preacher and teacher out there like that there. You better appreciate something like that.
Lord.
Somebody that'll listen to you and come in and have a conversation with you, then turn around and have their own live or their own teaching. Yeah, you better learn a lesson. In the 3rd year of the reign of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, came Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, unto Jerusalem, and he besieged it. Oh, I bit my tongue. He besieged it. That didn't feel too good. But he besieged it. That means he took over it.
Right.
He had it at his grasp. He was the king at that time. Like, couldn't nobody tell him nothing. Like that song by Lil Nas X. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Can't tell me nothing. That's how he was feeling. Can't nobody tell me nothing. I'm the king of Babylon. My name is Nebuchadnezzar.
He thought he was untouchable.
I'm untouchable. Can't be touched. Can't be stopped. Can't be moved. Can't be rocked.
That's it.
I can't be touched. I'm still standing better than I've ever did. Hey, feeling like a little kid, like a true survivor.
Don't you do it.
I'm still standing better. I'm just telling you. That's how they be doing it. When they get that little bit of money, when they get a little bit of honey, when they get a nice place, when they act like they got all the money and they the ruler now and they the king and everybody is following them now. That's how they look. I'm still standing. But you know who sang that song? Elton John.
Yeah.
Rainbow Community. Sang that song. Yeah. I mean, everybody still likes the song. I'm just saying, but that's where it come from. So imagine the man standing up and he was, I'm still standing better than I've ever did.
Yeah.
Like, that's not the song you need to be singing, bro. That is not for us. We are not high and mighty like that and where we're boastful like that. We're humble. We're different. We don't have to just do what everybody else do to fit in.
Right.
Everybody else is trying to look like us so they can fit in. They rock their hair like you. They walk like you. They talk like you. They even dance like you. And they mix a little other stuff with it because they ain't got the rhythm that you do. They got to literally like watch you all daggum day, listen to your music all daggum day while they driving down the highway, while they inside the cars, while they at the schools, while they at their jobs, while they making TikTok platforms and all these other social media platforms with your music behind it.
Yeah, practicing to be you.
Practicing to be you. Baseball players, basketball players, football players, soccer players, actors, actresses. Everybody wants to be his chosen children.
That's it.
Like, did nobody, Denzel Washington off the chain. I ain't gonna lie. Off the chain. But when he said that line on, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. Guess who he was acting like? Malcolm X. And then when he did another scene, he said, King Kong ain't got nothing on me.
Yeah.
Everybody started saying stuff like that. But it was one of us that said it, and then everybody else started what? Mimicking it. It became a saying now. Oh, you ain't got nothing on me like this whole little saying now. Crash out. Now everybody want to say crash out. Wasn't nobody saying crash out a long time ago?
Crash out.
When you crash out. You crash out because you lost all your money, you lost all this, or you didn't get the gifts that you thought you were going to get. So you just flip out.
Crash
You
out.
finna get mad. That's what
You finna get mad and you finna crash out.
Crash out.
I ain't never heard that.
Now all of a sudden, that's the saying now. But see, when we did that back in the day, it was quit whining.
I know that's right. Throwing a temper
Quit throwing a temper tantrum. Quit acting like a little child. But let you start acting, oh, you ain't gifted me. Y'all not throwing nothing at me. Yo, you should be helping me.
Throwing a temper tantrum.
Now you're throwing a temper tantrum and you on the crash out.
Lord have mercy.
But that's what Nebuchadnezzar had to do. Now the reason I said all that because it brings you right back to Nebuchadnezzar. I know we didn't get no further than verse 1, but this is the crash out.
Okay.
You just saw a crash out of one of yours that he was, I'm still standing better than I've ever did.
Yeah.
Hey.
Crash out.
The crash out. And the Lord gave Jehoiakim, king of Judah, into his hand, with part of the vessels of the house of God, which he carried into the land of Shinar, to the house of his God. And he brought the vessels into the treasure house of his God. And the king spake unto Ashpenaz, the master of eunuchs. Now, you got to study the word to understand what a eunuch is.
Yeah.
These are ones that don't go and have relation. You know, you get castrated.
Right.
You know, they don't have the ball sack.
Right. No
It gets taken away, so you don't sleep with my wife. You don't have no urges to do nothing like that. I bring you in here this mind, and you can't touch it. As a matter of fact, snip, snip.
We're going to make sure.
We're going to make sure you are a walking vessel of nobody that comes against the mind. I'm not going to go into details. Verse 4. Children, in whom was no blemish, but well favored and skillful in all wisdom and and cunning in knowledge and understanding science, and such had the ability in them to stand the king's palace, whom they might teach the learning and the tongue of the Chaldeans. So the children was brought in there, and these was ones without blemish. They had not touched nothing. They wasn't creeping with nothing. They didn't do no type of nonsense stuff. They had to learn this language. Yeah. They had to learn this knowledge from these people that was over them of the Chaldeans. But remember, this is King Nebuchadnezzar bringing them to who? The Chaldeans.
Yeah.
They're learning their customs. Pay attention. And the king, verse 5, appointed them a daily provision of the king's meat and of wine which he drank, so nourishing them 3 years, that at the end thereof they might stand before the king. Now among these were the children of Judah. This is why they don't want you to read the word, and they want you to read the Old Testament, especially when it comes to the prophets.
Yeah, they don't want you in that Old Testament.
Because it talks about Judah, not Christian.
Come on.
Not the Christian way. It talks about Judah's way, Israel's way, Isaac's way, Abraham's way.
Yeah.
His chosen people's way. So, the tribes, Judah. So, Daniel, which is Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, unto whom the prince of the eunuchs gave names, for he gave unto Daniel the name Belteshazzar. Or they would say Belteshazzar, but we'll say Belteshazzar. And Hananiah of Shadrach. And to Mishael, Meshach. And to Azariah, Abednego, or a bad Negro.
You so crazy.
A bad one. Because these are some ones on the scene that came representation. You got to remember whose bloodline they from.
Can't touch them. Come on.
First of all, you got to know that Daniel is David's son. So he coming with a righteous call. He coming with of royalty. He knows what he's supposed to eat, what he ain't supposed to eat. He knows what he's supposed to touch and what he's not supposed to touch. Because he was raised up like that.
Yeah. It's in their bloodline.
And then he got these 3 brothers with him.
Right.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Yeah.
But understand that they changed their names. What people came over here and got their names changed?
Come on. You better say it.
Who is the only ones that came over here and they changed your name from a Hebrew name to a slave name?
Mm-hmm.
You telling me Nebuchadnezzar and them still wasn't changing people's names? When Nebuchadnezzar got them folks, matter of fact, they didn't even have their slave names no more. This one that got on the scene talking about I'm still standing, he gave them aliases. He gave them different names.
Yeah.
Not they governmental names.
Right. Other
that they was given over here in this land. No, he gave them another name. A celebrity name.
Alter ego.
An idol worship name. And gave them some money behind that name.
So did.
Y'all better understand what you're listening to.
You better.
And what you reading.
Hey.
Verse 8. But Daniel proposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat, nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore he requested of the prince of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself. Daniel knew better.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we not eating this.
Right.
No, you not giving us this. No. Matter of fact, we gonna survive off of the land. We gonna eat the vegetables and the fruits and things. But we don't want none of your meat from the king.
Right.
You don't want the king's meat. Now I'm talking in a whole different way, but you don't want the king's meat. Y'all know what I'm talking about. No, you want fruits and vegetables. You want something real to drink. You want something pure that will fill you up. And you say, oh, it's time to go. We're not eating that no more. You're not poisoning us. You're not putting this in our food. You're not putting this in our drinks. You're not going to have us out all types of the nights, partying and doing things that we ain't supposed to be doing because we under some type of spell.
That's it. You better say it.
We on some type of spell because you made us think that you was good as hell.
Huh.
That you was for us. And now you got us running away from your tail.
Right.
No! You got to tell them, no, we don't want none of your food.
Oh, that's right.
No, we don't want to party like you. No, we don't want to hang out like fools like you do. No, we don't want to be out on the Sabbath day like you do. No, we don't want to party. No, we don't want to go to the club. No, we don't want to work.
All night to the next morning.
We want to be asleep. Or matter of fact, they be asleep while we up plotting and planning our next move. Because you better make your next move your best move.
Mm-hmm.
Kings move in silence. We don't be loud talking and all that type of stuff. We move differently. Now, when we do speak, when it is our turn to talk, we roar like a daggum lion.
I know that's right.
Lion, remember, Daniel was in the lion's den, so the lions must knew that this is a lion that's not to be messed with.
Hey.
Right.
He the top dog.
Bow wow. Or roar. Now God had brought Daniel into favor and tender love with the prince of the eunuchs. Now it was nothing but the Most High, Yah, that brought him in favor with the eunuchs that he was in the den with. Well, they ain't in there yet, but they with the king, Nebuchadnezzar. So they get to eat good.
Yeah, they got favor.
They get to eat the good food, but they got to eat what their father told them to eat and not eat what the heathens want them to eat.
Right.
You got to eat something different. And the prince of the eunuchs said unto Daniel, I fear my lord the king, who hath appointed your meat and your drink. For why should he see your faces, whose liking the children which are of sort? Then shall you make me endanger my head to the king. Then said Daniel to Melzar, whom the prince of the eunuchs had set over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Why would the king set him to watch over them the whole time? Because it's something about them children. Why they ain't acting like everybody else?
Come on, say it.
Why they ain't doing what everybody else do? Why they ain't playing the games like my children do? Why they ain't on the PlayStation, PS5, the Xbox? Why they ain't on the platforms and acting like Glorilla and all them and the rest of these fools out here? And I'm just naming them because that's who they seem to act like. But they don't want to come to the word no more and understand that This is why the Most High says you need my word. You need to study my word because my word is coming true and you will begin to dream it. You will begin to see things and hear things that only the word can show you.
Come on.
But you got to first look for me so you can find me.
That's it.
That's true.
So he said, watch over them kids because they must know the Lord. They must know God. They must know the Most High because they ain't doing what everybody else do.
They're peculiar. Come on.
Prove your servants, I beseech thee, 10 days, and let them give us posts to eat and water to drink. Then let our countenance be looked upon before thee, and the countenance of the children that eat of the portion of the king's meat, and thou seest deal with thy servants. So he says, look, we're gonna challenge you right now. Give us 10 days. Well, we ain't going to eat none of the king's meat. We ain't going to eat none of the stuff that he give us. Just, feed us this portion over here. But y'all still continue to eat that. King, we going to still eat over here and y'all eat that. And then you come back and you observe us. And you see if anything about our stature, about our appearance has changed. Or if we still look the same. Or if we've grown to even look better than the ones that you out there feeding this shame.
Right.
So they finally go through the process. Here it is. Oh, almost ripped the page.
Let him break it down.
So he consented to them in this matter and proved them 10 days. That means he first got the consent. He set the deal down. He wrote the vision down, whatever it is, and he made it plain, and then he presented it to them. He says, look, I'm giving you a petition. This is from the Most High. I'm giving you a petition that give us 10 days of none of what you eat, none of the blood that you eat from and all that stuff. Just give us the fruits and the vegetables and water to drink. But don't give us no wine. Don't give us no strong drink. Don't give us none of that.
Right.
But let us survive off this right here. And at the end of 10 days, their countenances appeared fairer and fatter in flesh than all the children which did eat the portion of the king's meat. So they came back to them after 10 days and saw that they was bigger, that they were stronger, that they was wiser, that they had the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Most High more than the rest of them did.
That's it.
Says, just come back and check us out. Thus Melzar took away the portion of their meat and the wine that they should drink and gave them posts. As for these 4 children, the Most High gave them knowledge and skill and all learning and wisdom, and Daniel understanding in all visions and dreams. Now at the end of the days that the king had said he should bring them in, then the prince of the eunuchs brought them in before Nebuchadnezzar. And the king commanded with them among them all was found none like Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, Azariah. Therefore stood they before the king. So now this is back then. You wasn't to disrespect the king. You wasn't to deny whatever the king gave you. You were supposed to eat it at this time. You would not say, no, we're not eating this. No, we're not going with you. No, we're not hanging out with you. No, it was a prize to be in the presence of the king, so you would always follow whatever the king did. But Daniel, who's gifted in dreams, who has these attributes, these gifts that the Most High has blessed him with, he's more wiser than Mishael, Shadrach, and Abednego. And who did I leave out? I left out one of them.
Shadrach, Meshach.
Well, it's 4 of them total. Yeah. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. But their names was Azariah, Mishael, and Belteshazzar, and Hananiah. So understanding these 4, they're more wiser, but they're getting their teaching from Daniel. That's why they with him. Where 2 or 3 are gathered, there I am in the midst.
Yeah.
What bloodline is Daniel from? David. So he was standing in the place of what his father taught him because he had to go and teach others how to follow the word. But he had to show them by action. That's why he already knew, hey, we going over here to the king's presence. We're going to represent, but we ain't going to eat certain things. We're going to eat what we supposed to, and we're going to see the glory of the Lord.
Right.
Oh, it turned. And in all matters of wisdom, verse 20, And understanding that the king inquired of them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and astrologers that were in all his realm. So the king had who? Magicians and astrologers. People that was into witchcraft.
Yep.
That was into casting of spells.
Right. Psychics.
Sounds just like Moses when he went to Pharaoh and he brought in, what was their names?
Come on.
I can't even think of it.
Gods?
What was the two magicians' names?
Okay. Janus and Jambres.
Janus and Jambres, but on the movie they call them Hotep and something else. They call them say Egyptians' names. But, and y'all know the movie The Prince of Egypt.
Yeah.
But their names were Janus and Jambres in the Bible.
Yeah.
These are your witches, your warlocks. These are not witches. These are warlocks. They're teaching this custom that, oh, we can make the water turn to blood too. Look, we can do that here. We can bring down the plagues too. We can bring down this stuff too. But it's certain things that we can't do.
That's it.
Because when he rose up his staff and he threw that sucker to the ground, now, Moses was scared of snakes, I'm telling you. Because Moses, hey, he let that thing do what it do. Hey, only the Most High can do this. And if the Most High say, pick it up by his tail, boy, shoot. Me, hey, you better make sure that sucker turn back into a rod.
I know that's right.
You gotta do what you said it's gonna do, because no, not today. Listen, I'm from that tribe.
We don't do no snakes.
We don't do snakes. I'm from that tribe. We don't do snakes. We ain't Javar, walking around with the snake staff.
Right.
And a snake am I? How much you see like a snake like I can be?
Yeah.
I mean, he was hypnotizing folks left and right.
With that snake.
And then he turned that whole staff into a snake.
Sure did.
So I know that the Most High don't play. And when he finally do it, hey, he gonna wake people up.
That's it.
And he says, the magicians and the astrologers that were in all his realm. So at the time, the king has the magicians, the astrologers, the witches, the warlocks, those who call on false gods to do their work. Those who throw up the rock.
Right.
Those who go out there and represent for their king. They represent and they do these things and they put them right in your faces and say, this is not this. This is not from them. We're not from that people. Well, why are you putting up them signs then? Why are you throwing them signs up? Why are you making everybody do that type of stuff?
Right.
Why are people disappearing then? Because
tapping in from the other side.
You're learning from your king. You're not learning from the king. And Daniel continued even unto the first year of King Cyrus. Now, this was only chapter 1. I apologize if it was so long. But you got to give a breakdown. Like when I read, I read for purpose. When you read, you should read for a purpose to where it makes sense to you, where you can actually see it. Not to where you just read it and say, oh, figure it out for yourself now.
Break it down.
Go and study for yourself now. See if you get the same thing now. No! When you have a teacher and a teacher is reading a story or from a book, they better make it come to life for you.
Bring it to life.
Chapter 2. And in the second year of the reign of Nebuchadnezzar dreamed dreams wherewith his spirit was troubled and his sleep break from him. Who else's spirit got troubled when they started to dream dreams and their spirit was breaking from them? They didn't know what was going on inside the dream. Who else was dreaming like that? Pharaoh. Now, Joseph was the interpreter of dreams at times because Joseph is from that bloodline.
Right. Tell him.
But the same thing that he did before,
come on,
he will do it again. See, Joseph had to pass on, so now another one can come along and have these same dreams and be able to interpret the dreams and be able to tell the king what's about to happen.
Yeah, bloodline.
Because you don't understand what's happening, man.
Hey.
You think this is a joke, man. You know, like Michael Jackson said, you ain't bad, you ain't nothing. This ain't no dream. This is the real thing. Your bud is mine. That's what the Most High said. Your tail is mine now.
Hey.
You are now becoming the tail and not the head no more.
Right.
Now somebody else that was the tail and now they the head today.
Yep.
But your bud is mine.
Yep.
Gonna tell you right. Gonna show you things. I'm going to bring them to light. I'm just switching the words up. I'm switching the words up. I'm telling you, I'm going to look out for you. Going to quench your mind. Going to shoot to kill. Come on. I'm just bringing the word to light. All right.
Yeah.
Then the king commanded the magicians and the astrologers and the sorcerers and the Chaldeans to show the king his dreams. So they came and stood before the king. Wait a minute. So y'all more fairer, y'all more wiser, y'all got this knowledge, this wisdom, this understanding. And I done had some dreams. And I ain't never had dreams like this before. Right. But now I'm starting to see some things. And I don't understand what's coming up against the king.
Right. What's going on?
What's going on? I wasn't prepared. But then they say, so in the days of Noah, it will be just like that. They weren't prepared.
They weren't prepared. That's it.
Scar even tried to tell him, we're bringing down the king. Why? Is he sick? No, fool, we're going to kill him. And Simba too. You know, but they did it in an evil way. But the Most High says, no, Nebuchadnezzar has to now cry out and humble himself because I'm coming for him and I'm coming for his son too.
Yep.
And do you understand, just like Pharaoh?
That bloodline.
He told him the same thing. There was a warning. He says, you have led my people astray. You have did this. And because you will not listen to my servant, because you will not listen to Moses, as Moses is speaking for me,
right?
I'm coming for you, but I'm going to get your son first.
That part.
Because I got to humble you.
You
I got to take something away from you.
Yeah.
I know what that feels like.
Come on, Lord.
I know. Well, a son is taken away from you. It's different. I had one taken away from me. Yeah. And it pushed me into the word further and further because I had to know why I lost the son. I had to understand that I was too into the mess that they was into too. But you can't be walking around here cocky and then standing up like you just know everything, like you just the king.
Right, you right about it.
Like you just King Dangling. Hey, you're a shepherd. You're supposed to shepherd the flock. You're supposed to raise them up so they'll dream dreams. Because didn't Daniel be able to interpret, Joseph be able to interpret Pharaoh's dreams?
Yeah.
Yes.
But it wasn't until somebody was in the king's presence or in the cell, in his midst, to where they had to go and get the king out of the cell, or the chosen one out of the cell, to interpret those dreams and then tell the king. And then guess what the king did? He made him the next jester in line. He made it to where he was the head and not the tail, to where he could put his family on now.
What he say? Your gifts will make room for you.
Your gifts will make room for you. But Joseph said, you know better than I, Father, why you got me in this cell, why you got me over here, because I ain't do a jack dog thing to get inside this cell when my family threw me in the pits of hell into slavery.
Ooh-wee.
So now Daniel is over here. I just gave you a rundown. But Daniel is over here now. And guess whose presence he's in?
Come on.
In the king's presence, but in Babylon, in slavery.
Yeah.
But he's going to stand tall, him and the three brothers.
Yes, Lord.
Then spake the Chaldeans to the king in Syriac, O king, live forever. Tell your servants the dream, and we will show the interpretation. So these is the astrologers, the witches, the warlocks, the sorcerers, the ones that's calling on other gods to show them what his dream means.
Right.
The king answered and said to the Chaldeans, the thing is gone from me. If you will not make known unto me the dream with the interpretation thereof, you shall be cut in pieces, and your houses shall be made a dunghill. So he says, look, the dream it didn't slip my mind, but if you able to tell me what the dream meant, then I won't take away your houses. I won't take away your car. I won't take away your money. I won't make you look funny. I will actually put you in position to where I know that only the Most High gave you interpretation of this dream.
Build that to you. Come on.
I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to pass it to you because I know your God is true. Verse 6. But if you show the dream and the interpretation thereof, you shall receive of me gifts and rewards and great honor. Therefore, show me the dream and the interpretation thereof. They answered again and said, let the king tell his servants the dream, and we will show the interpretation of it. The king said, and the king answered and said, I know of a certainty that you would gain the time, because you see the thing is gone from me. But if you will not make known unto me the dream, there is but one decree for you. For you have prepared lying and corrupt words to speak before me till the time be changed. Therefore, know that you can show me the interpretation thereof. He says, look, I'm telling y'all, I can't even remember the dream no more. So if you know something that I don't know, speak it out and tell me what the interpretation of the dream is, since you know everything. Since you into this sorcery, since you into this astrology, since you into this witches and warcrafts, this witches and warlocks, since you into this saging and smudging, since you into all of this other stuff and you following into it, you into crystals.
Since you connected.
Since you connected to this so-called false God, and your God is the true living God, then tell me what this dream means. You should be able to tell me what I just dreamt.
Yep, without me saying it. Hey.
The Chaldeans answered before the king and said, there is not a man upon the earth that can show the king's matter. Therefore, there is no king, lord, nor ruler that asks such things at any magician or astrologer or Chaldean. Ain't nobody asked them to interpret this dream. Why would you ask us this thing and then not tell us what the dream means, or even tell us what you saw in the dream? How can you not remember, and how can you expect us to even interpret your dream if you can't tell us what the dream is that you had?
Right.
So they telling on themselves. Like, you expect us to be able to read your mind?
Right, pretty much.
To be able to tap into the spirit, and to God's spirit and his gifts that he's blessed us with, and you can't even tell us what the dream even got any type of relation to it? Nothing?
Any kind of detail.
Watch what the king say. And it is a rare thing. The king requires, and there is none other that can show it before the king except the gods whose dwelling is not with flesh. Remember, they didn't eat none of the king's meat, food. They didn't take on any of that stuff. They didn't dive into any of that. Only Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, but I'm going to say Daniel's name again, Belteshazzar.
Right.
These are the ones that their names was changed into something else, and their name should have been stuck with who they were. Right. Hebrews.
Yes.
Yeah.
Israelites.
Yes.
They came out of David's camp. That was raised up by a shepherd.
Yes, Lord.
That taught them the way. You listening to me?
Yes. We on it. Come on.
For this cause, the king was angry and very furious, and commanded to destroy all the wise men of Babylon. So now, I want to destroy all y'all now. Can't nobody tell me the dream. Can't nobody tell me a thing. I want to shut all y'all down. Y'all guys don't even exist. I'm ready to shut everything down. This Babylonian God, this Egyptian God, this stuff that you worshiping, this goddess or God, Imhotep and all of them, this Egyptian and shit, this stuff don't even work. But you want to tell me that y'all serving the God of the Hebrews, of Isaac, Jacob, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of Israel, and you can't tell me the dream? Off with your head. Where I'm at? Oh. And the decree went forth that the wise men should be slain, and they sought Daniel and his fellows to be slain. Then Daniel answered with counsel and wisdom to Arioch, the captain of the king's guard, which was gone forth to slay the wise men of Babylon. So they coming for Daniel now. They coming for his people because they like, wait a minute. They got a connection with God. They got a connection with the Most High. We need to take them out, because if we don't take them out, then they will rule over us.
Yeah.
But see, when they try to come for the Most High's chosen children, when you try to get them and you try to throw them into the lion's den, you try to throw them in there with folks, with lions that they think that they going to be scared of, they're like, oh, I already knew that this was coming. It's time to preach and teach the word. As a matter of fact, it's time to decree this word. It's time to sing. It's time to worship. It's time to bring everything. It's time to right in the midst of the jail cell. That's the lion's den. It's the jail cell. Joseph told you the first time when they threw his ass into the pit of hell. It was the jail cell. He was locked up. He was in prison for 10 years, or actually 12 years. It was supposed to be in 10, but he gave him 2 more years because he asked another man to help him get out of prison instead of asking the Most High to get him out of there.
That's it.
I'm just telling y'all, it's prison. That's where the lion's den is. That's where they at.
Yeah. You in a dungeon.
You can't get out either. And unless the doors is open through the night with the guards, like in the New Testament, when they was walking and all of a sudden the angel came through and unlocked the doors and they walking out and can't nobody even hear them because they sleep.
Fall inside.
And then next thing you know what happened? They get out the gate. The people looking for them. They can't find them. Like, man, how they get out the gate? How they get out the prison without somebody opening the gate? You got the keys.
Right.
You fell asleep. You wasn't on duty. You wasn't on guard.
How that happened?
How they get out? Supernaturally. Now, he answered, verse 15, and said to Arioch, king of the captains, why is the decree so hasty from the king? Then Arioch made the thing known to Daniel. Then Daniel went in and desired the king that he would give him time and that he would show the king the interpretation. He's like, wait a minute. Why is he issuing this order so quickly? What didn't happen? What's wrong? Why you want to do something like that right now? Why you want to take people out? Like, what would make you want to do something like that right now?
Why you so mad? Come on.
Why you so mad? Why did he treat me so bad?
Right.
I don't know why, baby.
Why you so mad?
Why you so mad? Why y'all so mad that the truth is coming out now? Why you treat us so bad? Why you lead us to bad stuff? Why y'all do us like that? If y'all knew that we Israel, that we his chosen sons, why y'all had that meeting in Psalms 84 and 3 or 83 and 4?
They didn't want you to know. That's why.
But we waking up. So then Daniel, now notice they ain't calling him Belteshazzar no more.
Right.
His name is Daniel, like his daddy them gave him. Yeah. But Daniel went to his house and made the thing known to Hananiah, Mishael, Azariah, and his companions. So Daniel said, hey, look, we gotta have a meeting. We gotta have a talk. Look, hey, Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, you know, the names has been changed. Mishael. Let me say their names again. Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. We need to have a talk. Because they coming up against us. They trying to take us out. So, hey, we got to go on the fast. We got to get ready. This is what Daddy taught us about. This is what my dad told us about. He talked about it in his prayers. He talked about it. He said, hey, when they throw you into the lion's den, when they throw me into the lion, we supposed to pray. We supposed to have the faith. We supposed to know that that's the way we got to go. Because we got to save them. We got to do just like Christ did. We got to go into the pits of hell, and we got to get the keys, and we got to unlock the doors, and we got to set the captives free.
That's it.
But we got to first go in there. Here we go. Verse 18. That they would desire mercies of God of heaven concerning this secret, that Daniel and his fellows should not perish with the rest of the wise men of Babylon. Look, we know what's going on.
Right.
All we got to do is fast and pray and seek the Most High. We already been prepared for this. So everybody make sure that you fasting, that you praying, that you seeking the Most High, that you're not eating the king's meat, that you studying to show yourself approved, that you inviting the Holy Spirit in to give you the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding, that you in your praise and worship closet, that you in the secret place, that you doing what he called you to do. You're not doing what the heathen called you to do no more, especially in this season.
We hear you, Lord. Come on.
This is a witchcraft, warlock season.
It is.
But this is also Rosh Hashanah.
Yeah.
This is the time of the Holy Feast. But a lot of people don't know nothing about the Holy Feast because they be getting ready for the Halloween feast.
Said October.
Here we go. Daniel answered and said, blessed be the name of the Lord. Oh, excuse me. Then was the secret revealed unto Daniel in a night vision. Then Daniel blessed the God of heaven, the Most High. So this vision was revealed to Daniel in the middle of the night.
Look at God.
It wasn't in the middle of the day. It was at night while he was asleep, because he can talk to you while you sleep. He can show you dreams while you sleep. But if you up all night in the club, on TikTok, on OnlyFans, if you doing stuff that you ain't got no business doing, he can't talk to you.
That's it.
He can't reveal to you your dreams and show you that this is a vision that I'm showing to you. Because
You up all night?
you up all night doing what the heathen wants you to do, while you supposed to be asleep and getting your rest in, so the Most High can pour back into you and then wake you up with a vision so you can tell the people what the vision is.
Come on.
Because where there is no vision, the people perish.
That's it.
Here we go.
Come on it. Come on, Lord.
Daniel answered and said, blessed be the name of the God forever and ever. For wisdom, might are his. Wisdom and might are his. By power, by might. You know, that was the double dragons. But the Most High says, double dragons. I got double children. I got double for your trouble. I got everything you want and what you need. All you got to do is get you some sleep.
That's it. Some sleep.
And I will give you my might and my wisdom, my understanding, my knowledge. He gonna pass it to you. And he changes the times and the seasons. He removes kings and sets up kings. He gives wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. He says, look, I'm the one that set up the king. I'm the one that will remove one king and put this king in place. Did I not do it with David?
Yes, he did.
Did I not do it with Saul and David? When Saul came up against David, did I not remove Saul out the way?
Yes,
and he was trying to take David out every which way.
Chance he got. Come on.
And David still became the king who rose up and literally had a whole army of folks. And now you got one of his sons inside here, and you think that he ain't got the spirit of his father?
Spirit of the Lord.
Here we go.
That's deep.
Now, the Most High is the one that changed the seasons, the times, and the places. So guess what? Y'all know we coming up on what they call fall break. And what does time do? It falls back.
Yep.
But who changes the time for real?
Come on.
The Most High. So if he say it's going to fall back, then it's going to fall back.
Right.
If he say that it's going to spring forward, then it's going to spring forward. But you're going to know it by looking outside and seeing that, oh, the times is changing. It's getting darker early and it's getting lighter over here at a different time.
All right.
So you better have your tails in the house. Not out doing what the heathens want you to do, which is out there in the ways of the world. Don't be out there working at the time that you ain't supposed to be working. Don't be out there doing what you ain't supposed to be doing at the time that you ain't supposed to be doing. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't be creeping. Don't be cheating. Don't be the sneaking linking. Because it be going on.
It's time out for all that.
Thank you.
It's time out
for all that. All that stuff got to come to a rest. It ain't done nothing for us. It ain't doing nothing for our children. It ain't doing nothing for our wives. It ain't doing nothing for their husbands. Because everybody just getting their rocks off.
That's it.
But the Most High says, I'm about to get my rocks off. Because when them rocks come down, when earthquakes come to town, when wars and rumors of wars in diverse places come to town, here come your rocks. Here come the avalanches.
Here come the rocks.
Here come the cracks in the ground. Here come the water coming to town. Here come the floods now.
You better say it. Here it come.
And he reveals, verse 22, he reveals the deep and secret things. He knows what is in the darkness, and the light dwells with him.
Yes, Lord.
The light dwells with the Most High, and who the Most High chooses.
That's who we chose.
That's why when they got into the lion's den, that light that was inside of Daniel was around all of them, and the spirit was out walking around in there, keeping charge, making sure that don't nothing come near them.
I know that's right.
Because they can see what you can't see. Animals can see what you can't see.
You right.
You might not be able to see the Most High. You might not be able to see the angel. You might not be able to see what they see, but they got a bird's eye view.
They can see.
They can see, and they will stand up at attention and be like,
They sure will. They sure will.
do y'all see what we see?
Right.
Nope. They is to be left alone.
We ain't moving
It's something standing tall with them. It's something large and in charge that got us scared to even bark or even roar against them or even bite them. You better quit playing with the Most High. How you standing there looking like them lions on the Lion King when Scar was sitting up there and they was like at attention. Hold on. Sure. We ain't gonna do nothing. You trying to bring destruction?
Right. They was looking for real.
Shoot, man. They was looking for food to eat and some more stuff. But a famine came on that movie. I mean, I don't mean to pause it right here. Yeah. What was I at? Verse 23. But y'all saw a famine come on that movie.
Yeah, it was. It was
Soon
bad.
as they put that king in charge,
it was bad.
the wrong one in charge,
it was bad.
It was bad. It was for 7 years. Well, probably a little bit longer because Simba, when he came back, he was grown.
Scar had them toe up.
When Simba came back, he was grown.
Yeah. He sure was. That's a long time.
He left, he was a boy.
Right.
From a boy to a man to a father then. Because when he came back, he was the man and they thought that he was his father, Mufasa. But as soon as he stepped on scene and he took out the king, then next thing you know, he have a child. He becomes a father now. Now we know he had a little girl.
Yeah, Nala.
No, not Nala. Dang, I can't think of the girl name. But she was, I forgot the girl name. But anyways, he had a child. He became a father. But he left as a boy. He came back as a man. And then he established himself as a father, as the keeper of the flock.
Yes,
watcher, a watchman, because on that movie, The Lion King, he stands up tall and he watches over everything to make sure don't nothing come up against them. And all them animals listen to him.
They sure did. Stood at attention.
So you know that the Most High was with them. Now, that's just a movie, but I'm just giving you like what it says even in Scripture. Like there's a famine coming. There's some stuff happening, and it's about to go down.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I got to get a new Bible. My pages is ripping. It's about to go down. Verse 23. I thank thee and praise thee, O thou God of my fathers, who has given me wisdom and might, and has made known unto me now what we desire of thee. For thou hast now made known unto us the king's matter. So he had to thank him because in the midst of they fasting, in the midst of they praying, in the midst of they warring in the spirit, in the midst of them in their intercession and giving a petition, the Most High has now blessed him in a night vision, a dream of what the king just dreamt. And so now he can go give the interpretation of the dream.
Yes, he can.
Because he did what the magicians, the sorcerers, the witches, the warlocks wouldn't do, which is to get some sleep and seek the Most High while he is yet to be found and go on a fast from the stuff that you've been into, and literally you will see what the king has dreamed and you can give the interpretation, and now the king knows that you are from the Most High.
Right, and furthermore, they wouldn't do it and they couldn't do it because they were seeking other gods and they didn't seek the Most High.
Idolatry.
Yep, idol worship.
That's why they couldn't interpret it.
So now he got the king's matter. So he's giving praise to the Most High. He's saying, look, I just saw it in a dream, y'all.
Yes,
he just showed me everything. I got it. Let's give him praise. Let's give him honor.
Hey.
Let's show him what we need to do. Let's show him how Daddy showed us how to do it. Let's dance.
Yeah.
Let's praise. Let's worship. Let's be happy that it didn't come near us.
Yes, Lord.
Let's be happy they didn't take us out. Because the enemy could have took us out, but he saved us.
Yes,
He rescued us. He removed us out of those situations where you could be taken out at.
Right.
Getting back to it. Verse 24. Therefore Daniel went into Arioch. Y'all know who Arioch is. That's the king's gesture at the time. He's the one that's in power. Whom the king had ordained to destroy the wise men of Babylon. So the king at this point has Arioch do his dirty work. So Arioch is one that goes and gather up these people and they're going to take them out. But he says, hold on. I'm finna have a conversation with Arioch. Watch this. Okay. He went and said unto him, destroy not the wise men of Babylon. Bring me in before the king, and I will show unto the king the interpretation. This is Daniel. He's talking to Arioch. Look, don't destroy the kings of Babylon. Don't destroy none of them. As a matter of fact, just take me in and let me holler at King Nebuchadnezzar, and I'll tell him what his dream means. Yeah. Sounds like Joseph again.
Yeah.
My words say call off the execution.
Yeah, call off the execution.
Going down.
We're not going to take him down now. We're not going to do that. We're not going to take his chosen sons and daughters out now. We're not going to take out the wise men and wise women, the wise children, Israel.
Come on.
No, we're going to leave them alone.
Bless you.
But in order for that to happen, somebody's got to else stand up and take their position as the king on the throne. Because it ain't yours. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Bless you. Then Arioch, verse 25, brought in Daniel before the king in haste. Master, king, I got to show you something. Matter of fact, we got somebody here right now that can interpret your dream. Mm-hmm. And said thus unto him, I have found a man of the captives of Judah that will make known unto the king the interpretation. You know where he found Daniel at?
Come on.
In prison. Where they were supposed to be at. He said, of the captives. Where's the captives at?
In prison.
In prison. In jail. Behind the cells. Just like Daniel. I mean, not Daniel. Just like Joseph. Yep. Where did they find Joseph at?
In the prison.
In the jail cell. This man in there trying to build a tree inside the jail cell. Trying to save a flower. He's trying to just get anything to show that there's still life out there.
Right, that part.
He's trying to bring life into the cell. He locked up in there with two other cats, and they part of the Pharaoh's them crew. You got the maid, and then who's the other dude? What's the other dude's name?
Butler.
Yeah, the butler. You got the butler, and then you got the cook. The cook get taken out because he's trying to poison the king. And then the butler get taken out because he's a servant.
Is that what he's doing about?
You can't be trying to poison nobody. Trying to take authority. Then Arioch brought in Daniel and before the king in haste and said unto him, I have found a man of the captives of Judah that will make known unto the king the interpretation of his dream. The king answered and said to Daniel, whose name was Belteshazzar, art thou able to make known unto me the dream which I have seen and the interpretation thereof? Are you able to tell me right now that you, Daniel, Belteshazzar,
right,
can tell me my dream and I haven't even told you about my dream? You able to tell me that? You able to convince me that God gave you, the God you serve, gave you the interpretation of my dream? Daniel answered in the presence of the king and said, the secret which the king has demanded cannot the wise men, the astrologers, the magicians, the soothsayers show unto the king. Look, the reason they can't tell you is because they seeking another God. Your wise men, your sorcerers, your astrologers, your magicians, your soothsayers, your tarot card readers, your Ouija board worshipers, your Egyptian worshipers can't tell you what your dream is, king. They can't talk to you about it. No, they can't. But there is a God, the Most High in heaven, that reveals secrets, the secret things, and makes known to the king Nebuchadnezzar what shall be in the latter days. Your dream and the visions of your head upon the bed are these. You said what?
Come on.
As for thee, O king, your thoughts came into my mind upon thy bed, what should come to pass hereafter. And he that reveals secrets makes known to thee what shall come to pass. And the one that reveals the secrets, the one that reveals the secret, that knows the secret things, that can only tell you what's been going on inside people's homes or what's been going on inside your mind and what's going on with you, has to come from above only, not beneath.
I know that's right. The Most High.
As for, and it says, verse 30, but as for me, this secret is not revealed to me for any wisdom that I have more than any living, but for their sakes that shall make known the interpretation to the king, and that thou mightest know the thoughts of thy heart. Says, hold on. I'm not doing, dang, my pages is ripping. I knew I got to get a new Bible. Anyway, literally, he says, everything that's coming to me right now, I'm not too prideful. I'm not too proud to beg. I didn't ask for this. I didn't even ask for this to be done to me. I didn't ask for this gift. It was given to me. I just had to follow the orders of the Most High. So the way I'm able to interpret this thing is because I sought the Most High. I didn't seek false gods or false teachers, false preachers. I didn't go to them for them to give me the interpretation of your dream. I went to the creator of dreams.
Furthermore, he said, no mere human can solve the king's mystery. I don't care who it is.
Right. Verse 31. Thou, O king, sawest and behold, a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. This image's head was of fine gold, his breast and his arms of silver, his belly and his thighs of brass, his legs of iron, his feet part of iron, and part of clay. Thou sawest till that stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay, and break them to pieces. He's giving him this description of this image that was created that he approved of. Watch this. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together, and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floors, and the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain, and filled the whole earth. What was smote before these people? Pay attention. This is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king. Thou, O king, art the king of kings, for the God of heaven hath given thee a kingdom, power, and strength, and glory. And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of the heaven hath he given into thine hand, and hath made thee ruler over them all. Thou art this head of gold. You are the very thing that the dream is talking about. It's not about somebody else. It's about you. You are the head of this dream. And after thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee, and another kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaks in pieces and subdues all things, as the iron that breaks all these shall break in pieces and bruise. There's another one coming up. There's another kingdom coming up that's going to shut you down, because you are the king that is literally about to get shut down. The dream is about you.
That's deep.
Verse 41. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, and part of potters, clay, and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay. You saw this stuff mixed up.
He saw it.
I'm gonna need another one. You saw this stuff mixed up into the miry clay. And as for the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. Partly broken. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay.
Come on.
We don't mix and we don't mingle.
Mm-hmm.
We stick with our kind. We stick with what he's blessed us with. We don't go off and we get with the other nations,
Right.
the other people. We only stick to our tribe.
Stick to our own.
We stick with our own. We don't go off and be with some strange nation, strange people, and do things that their gods taught them to do.
Abominable. Come on.
Abominations. And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven, the Most High, set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left no other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. So the Most High is raising up a standard.
That's it.
That this kingdom that he raising up,
Uh-huh.
we call it heaven on earth.
Come on.
We call it the kingdom.
The king. Come on.
He says, I'm raising up a standard that will never be torn down, that will have an army watching over them, that will be protecting them, that will be keeping them away from the idolatry, that will be keeping them away from the false gods, that will be keeping them away from the paganism, that will be keeping them away from the holidays. They will now keep the holy days, the feast days, my Sabbath days. They will remember me and what I did for them in Egypt, Lord, and how I pulled them out of there, and I raised up the waters, and they walked through there. They didn't have to swim through there.
Right. Come on.
They didn't have to go inside the waters and deal with sharks. They didn't have to deal with legion. They didn't have to deal with leviathan. They didn't have to deal with octopuses. They didn't have to deal with the crabs, the shrimp, everything that can eat them and swallow them up, the whales.
Yes, Lord.
Because I pushed all that to the side and told my people, walk through the dry land.
Come on.
Come on through. The water's fine. Matter of fact, I pushed it up to where you wouldn't have to walk through it, because see, if you would have had to go through it,
no way.
They would have been trying to eat you just like they just ate them up and swallowed them up in the belly of the beast.
Come on.
But I pushed them out of there, and I made sure it was dry land that you walked upon.
You can walk on. That's right. That's deep right there. He moved all that out the way.
Thank you, Jer.
Yeah,
I got this bones. I got this fire in my bones like Jeremiah. Once I keep waking up your people, you the light.
Yes,
we keep these laws and these commandments you provide us, and we gonna rise up.
That's it.
Because what he gonna do? He put curses on the people we know.
Come on.
Deuteronomy 28 and 54. Can't forgive your brother, you won't let it blow. He don't want to raise his child, he ready to roll.
He ready to roll. Say it again, say that part again.
He don't want to raise his child. He ready to roll.
He ready to roll.
That's why they don't want to raise their child. Because they ready to roll. They don't want to take on the responsibility of their own child, because they don't know how to do it. They ain't you. They can't represent like you. They can't walk like you do. They can't talk like you do. They can't stand for the children like you do.
I know that's right.
They can't be a shepherd like you.
Hey.
Let me get back to what I was reading. Where was I at?
I thought it was 30. 40.
Thank you. Yes, that's where we at. 41. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's city and potter's clay, and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it the strength of iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with the miry clay. I'm just starting back over at 41, but I'm going to read 42. And as for the toes of the feet, were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. Understand that we're going to have to break off some things. We're going to have to cut some things off. The kingdom is going to break down certain things, certain customs, certain things that we've been doing for so long. The kingdom is coming to shut it down.
Yes, he is. Shutting it down.
And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, there shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is mixed with clay. And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven, the Most High, set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people. The kingdom will not be left to strange people, other nations. It's going to be his people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. Let me
Forever and ever. Come on. Forever and ever.
I need some water. Cause I'm standing up here in this jumpsuit and I'm feeling good because I'm born fly. You know, I was born fly. Right. I never knew I was fly, but I'm born fly. I'm born fly from the Most High.
Born to fly.
I'm born to fly. and I ain't talking about fly like an eagle to the seas. No, I ain't flying to no seas. No. Forget that. I leave the water alone. I let the Most High handle that. Hey. I'm going to the dry land, the dry ground.
I know that's right. Fly to your destiny.
If you wanted me to be a fish, you would have made me a fish. Mm-hmm. You wanted me to be a whale, would have made me a whale. You wanted me to be a shark, it would have made me a shark. Mm-hmm. But I ain't got no gills, and I don't swim on the water. I walk on the dry land. I do what he say, till the ground.
Right, till the ground.
Hey, man, my book is tearing apart.
Till the ground.
Verse 45. For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it break in pieces, and the iron, and the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold, the great God hath made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter. And the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure. What I just told you is pure. Yeah. What I just told you is the truth. And this is what's going to happen. Then the king Nebuchadnezzar fell upon his face and worshiped Daniel and commanded that they should offer an oblation and sweet odors unto him. The king said, praise the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I know that this son, this prophet, this man that's speaking is one of the chosen ones and is the chosen one, because the dream that I just had, it showed that I'm coming down. It showed that I'm about to lose everything. I got to be humble now. I got to go a certain way now because another nation is about to come up. As a matter of fact, they talk about another president that can't even handle it, that don't even know what she doing or what he doing, because they don't know the word.
That's it.
Because they trying to put somebody in play that they chose, but not who I chose.
Right. That's it.
The Most High says you need to choose a prophet. You need to choose my son. You need to choose a chosen one and stop choosing the heathens. Because the one with the pearls around her neck and with the purple on, looking like Lisa from The Simpsons,
right,
is not the one.
What's really going
She's getting ready to shut everything down that you think that she gonna put in play for y'all crazy tales now. Mm-hmm. She won't even take on her last name.
They think that
she a Imhoff. She ain't even a Harris. But y'all calling her Harris. President Harris. Yeah, President Harris. Okay. Okay. Guess what? When China, Russia, Iran, North Korea get to coming over here, her head gonna be spinning.
Remember who you chose.
Remember who you chose. Who you said was gonna put everything in play. Because you need to be worried about and focused on the judicial system. And you talk about presidents. Y'all need to worry about who is behind the president, who's in Congress, who's in position inside your state, who's the mayor, who's the governor, who's the lawyers, who's the doctors, who's the judges that you chose because you chose this hoe.
And furthermore, you need to be reading and looking in the prophets, because that's what's going to go down. Go to the Old Testament.
Who is that? I see you down there. Who that is? Oh, his brother. Hey, you can't speak, bro. You can't be saying no crazy stuff. We got a lesson now. Don't be coming with that foolishness. Just get this teaching, all right?
He want to join.
You hear me?
He want to join.
I know you want to join. Okay, here we go. Let me get back to it. Nebuchadnezzar is literally saying, I praise the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I know that Daniel is a part of that tribe. Matter of fact, shower them with everything. Make sure they got all the food. They got everything that they need. Make sure they got a house, a good place to sleep in. Make sure they got some land. Make sure they can start growing their food. Make sure they ain't got to go to the grocery store no more. Make sure we keeping the Sabbath now. Make sure we keeping the holy days, the feast days. Make sure we back on track now because we've been led astray.
Come on. They ain't got to want for nothing.
So, verse, where am I at?
Is it 46 or 47?
God.
Yes. The king answered, then the king Nebuchadnezzar fell upon his face and worshipped Daniel and commanded that they should offer an oblation and sweet odors unto him.
Yeah.
Get a little dry mouthed.
That's all right. They give him everything.
To give him everything. Taking back everything. The king answered unto Daniel and said, of a truth, it is that your God is a God of gods, lowercase g. So the Most High, your God, is the God of all the gods that we can't even touch, that we've been leading people into all of this heathen stuff, that we've been literally putting on the TV and stuff, in the media and stuff, like literally got folks praising their ancestors all over again, and they can't do a jack dog thing for them.
Nothing for them. Come on.
So he says, the God is a God of gods and a Lord of kings and a revealer of secrets. Seeing thou couldst reveal this secret, then the king made Daniel a great man and gave him many gifts and made him ruler over the whole province of Babylon and the chief of the governors of all the wise men of Babylon. Do you know what Daniel just got?
Come on.
He got the keys to the city.
Keys to the city.
He got everything that he needed. He got put in charge in a day. From just going to sleep, he got put in charge.
Yeah.
To where he was the judge. He was the lawyer. He was the doctor. He was the principal. He was everything to everybody where they had to come to him for anything.
Zero to hero.
Hercules. Zero to hero. He made him zero to hero. But that's just like Joseph. He became from zero to hero. From being in the pits of hell, in prison, to now being on top from just interpreting somebody's dream.
Come on.
Now David was the same thing.
Yep, David.
He went from zero to hero. This young man walking around just slaying stuff, moving stuff around, and everybody is looking at him like, how is this little man doing this? Like, where'd he come from? How did he get over here? And how is he slaying Goliath like this? And how's he got all these armies? Saul has slayed his thousands, and David his 10,000s.
Yes, he did.
Excuse me.
Shepherd the king.
Then Daniel requested of the king, and he set Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego over the affairs of the province of Babylon, but Daniel sat in the gate of the king. So Daniel said, look, give them all this stuff. Give them all this. Let me sit in the gates of the king. Let me now be in position. I'm going to be the lenderer now, not the borrower. I'm going to make sure Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego is straight. They got their land. They got their province. They got their food. They got everything. But I'm in charge of the distribution of it.
Yes.
They got to come to me.
That's deep.
Chapter 3. Y'all ready? I said I was going to do like maybe 3 or 4 chapters, but it's whatever way the Spirit leads.
Yeah.
Wait, you said chapter?
That third chapter ain't no joke, though. Let's go and break that down.
Third chapter. We only an hour and 30 minutes in. Y'all good?
All right.
We only an hour and 30 minutes in. We ain't got our 2 hours and 40 minutes in yet.
It's my chapter, though, right here.
Chapter 3. Nebuchadnezzar, the king, made an image of gold. He made an image of what?
Gold.
He made an image of what?
Gold.
Okay. Whose height was 70 cubits, and the breadth thereof 6 cubits. He set it up in the plain of Dura in the province of Babylon.
90 feet high.
90 feet high. Now, it says that in there. I'm pretty sure y'all say 90 feet high. I'm reading the King James Version. So we see cubits and stuff like what Noah did. You know, he gave him instructions because, hey, he was a carpenter.
Right.
You got to build up some stuff, but you got to know your inches, your meters, your metrics. You got to know the geometric system. Geometry. Yeah, you got to know 90 degrees, 45 degrees, you know, 180 degrees, 360 degrees. Like, come on. You got to know.
You got to know it.
380 degrees. You got to know your degrees.
You got to know your degrees.
So, pretty much, you got to know the degrees. So, this statue that he built, he said it was how tall? 90 feet tall.
Come on.
Now, where have y'all seen a 90 feet tall image built up at? In Babylon.
This statue, New York.
They just built it over
No. Of gold. That's green. That ain't gold. That's green. You know, green with envy. That over there is a different color. That's money green. This one was just built up. It's full of gold.
In Houston.
In the province of Babylon.
Come on.
Where the water is at. Just like where New York is at. Where the water is at. Where the floods come at. But this statue, Hanuman.
They built the Monkey King.
The Monkey King. You know, on what's the movie? Black Panther.
Yeah.
Glory to Hanuman. We're not saying that. But that's what they say on there. Umbaku. You know, they be growling and doing all that stuff like a monkey. Look at the thing. Yeah. It's a monkey's face.
It is.
Glory to Hanuman. Hanuman. Acting like a monkey.
Yep. That's what
looking crazy and stuff. And they just built that mug out there, and it's 90 feet tall. Just like the Nebuchadnezzar statue. So whoever orchestrated this, they signed off for this 90 feet tall Hanuman statue to be built on private land.
Yep, in Houston. Come on.
In Houston.
Yeah.
Y'all don't hear me though.
I hear you. Houston, Texas.
Then Nebuchadnezzar, the king, sent to gather together the princes, the governors, and the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces to come to dedication of the image which Nebuchadnezzar, king, had set up.
Set it up.
So, this thing was set up from the get-go. They already had went to this thing. They already been there. Your governors, your council. I'm going to read it again. So, your princes, your governors, your captains, your judges, your treasurers, your counselors, your sheriffs, and all the rulers of provinces, all the rulers of the places that y'all are at right now, they already took their tails out there and they know about this spot. You can't tell me they don't because they under their system. Their governmental system. They knew about it long before you did, but they couldn't talk about it in there because you under our tutelage. You under our jurisdiction. Then, verse 3, the princes, the governors, and the captains, the judges, and the treasurers, and the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces were gathered together unto the dedication of the image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. And they stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Who set this daggum statue up? Who set this image up? This 90-foot statue. The king of Nebuchadnezzar set this thing up. For the people to come and praise this thing, to worship this thing. They did it long before y'all was supposed to do it. This is the image that they set up for you to come and give praise and homage to.
Come on.
That's why they put it in that movie. Glory to Hanuman.
Right.
Umbaku.
Out of nowhere. Yeah.
Black Panther. And they made everybody watch that movie. You notice everybody went and they saw that movie. The records hit like unbreakable. Like it was literally like they was boom, boom, millions of folks. But it was us that went to go see that movie and that put it on. But it was because we was excited because King T'Challa and the ancestors and all this vibranium and all this other stuff and Wakanda forever.
Right, all that.
Everybody was into it. They was wearing their dashikis.
Yep.
Everybody was coming out with their fros. They was wearing their African heritage, their ancestors' stuff.
Everybody.
Even put Angela Bassett in there as the mother.
Did.
And we know she plays one hell of a mother.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when she was in Boys in the Hood.
Right, all of them.
Like we don't remember that movie. Like we don't remember What's Love Got to Do with It. Ike and Tina.
All of them.
We don't remember Panther when you first was in there as Sister Betty Shabazz because you played in the movie X.
Yeah.
As the mother to, or not the mother, as the wife to Malcolm X.
Right.
Oh, we remember.
Oh, we remember.
We remember. We know that y'all use the actors and actresses and put them in stuff knowing that we gonna follow them and watch what they put in. Because we like them.
Yeah, go watch.
I'm telling y'all, y'all better wake up. You're getting a lesson.
Get the lesson. Wake up.
Where I'm at. Oh. Then a herald cried aloud to you. It is commanded, O people, nations, and languages, the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, how you say this word? Dulcimer, and all kinds of music. You fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar king has set up. Hold on.
Hear all that music.
All the music that has been set up is from the king of Babylon. Take that, take that.
Take it. Take it.
The producer.
Take it.
The one that put them on, making the band.
Take it, take it.
The one that said, take that, take that.
Baby.
You know? Oh, yeah.
Can't stop, won't
Bad
stop.
boy. Can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Biggie, 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 can't you see?
All that.
Sometimes your words just hypnotize me.
That's
They
it.
put that music out there.
They sure did.
My ambitions has arrived.
All that. They know what they doing.
Who that making that camp? Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Who that making that paper stack? Snoop Dogg.
Right.
S-N-double-O-P-D-O-double-G-Z. All the music that we was given.
Yep.
It was to lead us astray.
Sure was.
It didn't teach you how to stand up, how to fight, how to literally praise the Most High. It was teaching us how to smoke, how to get high, how to get drunk, how to get lit, how to tear your own house down.
You better say it.
This music wasn't meant to raise us up and show us who we was. It was meant to raise you up just to bring your tail down.
Teach you how to crash out.
There you go. How to crash out.
Oh,
Teach you how to take your own brother out.
Teach you how to crash
How to
out.
have a Shadrach where everybody wearing masks and stuff and hunting people down and taking people out over colors and street names that you don't even own.
Hey,
Because of the music.
the music.
Because of the sound of the beat.
The music make you do it.
Because, oh, now I want to drink. I want to get lit. I want to have me a party like Cardi.
That's it. You better say it.
I want to go and I want to talk like Meek and them. I want to holler.
Right.
I want to be like Rick Ross.
All up. Come on.
I want to be like Trick. Trick love the kids. I want to be like Trina.
All
You know,
up.
I'm the baddest chick.
Right.
Now they don't even say baddest chick no more. They say a baddie. But you don't know where you got baddie from in the first place.
Right. The bad.
It was from the baddest chick
Right. You
that was
bad.
into that bull crap.
Right.
But then you had one that was M.O.B.B. You know, one that don't know how to dance. That get to swaying and spinning and stuff. You know,
Baby.
Mary, Monet. You get to following them because they from New York and they really got that swag like that.
They got it like
They got it like that. They can get put on like that
right.
because they represent like that because I'm from New York, son.
Yeah. They into everything.
We into all that, son. We about that life, son. All that stuff. Then got people talking like them, walking like them, wearing boots like them. They can be hot as I don't know what. And they in a coat and stuff talking about,
right.
I'm in the chinchilla,
Come
son.
on.
I'm in the chinchilla, son. Like, hey, I ain't even worried
Big
about
old-
that. This
big old
mother
winter
is keeping
coat.
me warm, you know.
Big old winter
You know
coat.
what it is.
It's 90-degree
I'm
weather.
the king
Big
now.
coat.
I got all my stuff now. I'm Marlon Wayans now. I'm Sean Wayans now.
That part.
I'm with them now. I got everybody now. Who talk like that?
Everybody.
I got everybody. Take that, take that.
Take that. Take that.
Even got Jamie. and try to take him out too.
Yep.
Up there recording my parties and everything.
Uh-huh.
But we ain't gonna talk about that. But remember, oh shoot, page rip. Dang, I knew it was gonna do it. My page rip. I'm gonna have to tape it.
I cannot with you.
I'm gonna have to tape it.
That is crazy.
But with the music, let's go back to it. I'm gonna read that to y'all once again, because you gotta see what he talking about.
All the music.
It changed.
All of the music.
I'm in chapter 3, right?
Yes.
You in chapter 3?
Verse 4.
Yep, 4.
Then a herald cried aloud to you. It is commanded, O people, nations, and languages. It's been commanded for them to give us this language, to give us this music, this way of living.
That's it.
That's why they put it out there like that, so you can get your money too, and then one of these days, you can crash out too.
Crash out too. Come on.
That at what time you hear the sound of the cornet, the flute, the harp, the sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, you fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king has set up. And who falls not down and worships shall the same hour be cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. So Daniel and them was not about to worship this image no more. They was not about to dance like these heathens no more. They was not about to listen to this type of music no more. They shut it down inside his house. And Daniel said, I'm waking you up. I hope you're listening, because you need to shut this stuff down, because if you're not, you're going to look like a clown.
Come on.
Therefore, at the time when all the people heard the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and all kinds of music, all the people, the nations, and the languages fell down and worshipped the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar, king, had set up. So they like, wait a minute, this place about to be put on now? So we're going to start worshiping this stuff right here now. We're gonna worship this now. We're going to worship this image now. Because that one coming down.
Right.
Over there. That one coming down, but a new one had to be risen up. Because that image is coming down. Ain't nobody worried about them no more over there. Ain't nobody trying to be like them no more over there. For what? You got all that water over there and all that idolatry over there, all that false gods, all that paganism, teaching people to follow into stuff that they ain't supposed to be doing. Little kids being led astray 24/7.
Yes, Lord. Doing everything under the sun.
But now, this 90-foot statue, he wants everybody to serve this one now.
Right.
And guess who is the one that's bringing it with them? Your own very own president that you're about to make president. That woman. Yeah. She's from this stuff.
She sure is.
Hinduism.
She like the
Buddhism.
She like the party.
She likes to party. And this is what they like to do. They like to make you worship stuff that you don't know nothing about. So one day you can finally crash out.
Crash out. Be crazy out your dang mind.
But hey, I'm just telling you what the words say. Verse 8. Wherefore, at the time, certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews. They spake and said to the king Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. Thou, O king, hast made a decree that every man shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music shall fall down and worship the golden image. And whoso falleth not down and worships, or whoso falleth not down and worships, that he should be cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. There are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not your gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Then Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage and fury, commanded, bring Shadrach, bring Meshach, and bring Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king.
They brought him
so because they didn't bow down and worship this thing and dance and sing for it and do what everybody else is doing, the king says, I'm sending for Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Now remember, they're the ones over the province. Because remember, Daniel asked to be put inside of the king's gate.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I will give the province to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Yeah.
So these three, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, must be teaching the people, hey, you ain't supposed to be worshiping this stuff over here. We ain't supposed to be doing that. And all the people, the nations, have started to do it. But Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego are not. So the king says, if they won't do it, send them back over here because they out in the province. They out in the land. I'm the ruler of this place.
Right.
Questions, comments, concerns?
No.
Deep, come on.
Wherefore at the time, certain Chaldeans, yes. Then Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage and fury, commanded, we're still at verse 13, commanded, and bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king. Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, do you not serve my gods nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Is it true? Is what they telling me that you are not bowing down? You are not worshiping? You are not dancing? You are not singing? You are not listening to my music now?
That's deep. Come on.
Now, if you be ready, that at what time you hear the sound of the cornet, the flute, the harp, the sackbut, the psaltery, the dulcimer, and all kinds of music, and you fall down and worship the image which I have made, well, but if you worship not, you shall be cast the same hour into the midst of the burning furnace. And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands? So if you don't want to bow down and worship me, if you will not serve me or serve the God that I have put in place for you, if you won't sing to it, if you won't dance to it, if you won't do what everybody else is doing, I'm going to throw you into this burning furnace, this fire. I'm going to try and cremate you. And what I'm going to do, is your God going to be there for you then?
Right.
Who gonna be there for you then when I throw you into this fire?
Where your God at now? That's what they be saying.
Yeah, where's your God at now? Where's your God that's supposed to save you now?
Who you going to pray to now?
Or as Major Payne says, who's the dummy now?
Right.
Where am I at? 16. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king,
come on.
O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. It be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve your gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up, which you have built it up for us. We will not serve that thing. We rather die and serve the Father that we don't see, that we can't see, that we can see you and we know what you say you gonna do, but I'd rather serve the image that I can't see. I'd rather serve the Father that I can't see. I'd rather serve the creator of man that I can't see than to serve this bullcrap and these guys that you want us to serve.
They say your threat means nothing to us. Come on.
Yeah, there you go. Your threat means nothing to me because I know somebody that can take me out just like that.
Hey.
So I would rather not do what you want me to do because I'd rather go to heaven than go to hell.
That's right. We fear the Father, not you.
Verse 19. Then Nebuchadnezzar, full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, against Meshach, and against Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 17 times more than it was wont to be heated. Then he wanted it to be heated. So what in yours, what does it say? How hot was it? How much hotter did he make it?
It would,
I'm at verse 19. How hot did he make it?
7 times hotter than my son.
It says 7 times more than it was hot. So that means this sucker is at the crisp of it, because we know the number 7, completion.
7 times hotter.
It was 7 times hotter. So it was a completion of the hottest that it could ever get to. He made it that hot. Yes, so it was so hot that if you walk near it, you would literally like burn up from how hot it was. It's like walking near the sun. trying to go near the sun, and you just burn up instantly. Matter of fact, it's just like seeing the Father. Soon as you see the Father, like you just shrivel up. You just turn into ashes to ashes, dust to dust. And he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and cast them into the burning fiery furnace. Then these men were bound in their coats, their hosen, and their hats, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Do you hear what they went in there with?
Everything.
They went in there with all of their representation of kingdom mindedness on.
Right.
They went in there with their crowns on. They went in there with their new robes on.
Clothes.
They went in there with their new shoes on, with their fringes on, with everything on that the Most High blessed them to have on as they whole armor on.
Yes, Lord.
And they was like, if we going out in royalty.
I know that's right.
We going out with a fight.
With a fight.
You gonna have to take us out because we ain't going in there in shackles and in chains. You ain't finna put us inside no orange or black or brown, whatever it is, jumpsuit. No, we going in there like kings, and we gonna represent as the kings for the king, who literally puts kings in place.
Hey, you better say it. That's deep right there.
22.
Huh?
22.
Thank you, son. Is it thou, king, that art grown and become strong? For your greatness is grown, and reaches unto heaven, and your dominion to the end of the earth. Whereas the king saw a watcher and a holy one coming down from heaven, and saying, hew the tree down, and destroy it, yet leave the stump of the roots thereof in the earth, even with a band of iron and brass in the tender grass of the field, and let it be wet with dew of heaven, and let his portion be with the beast of the field, till 7 times pass over him. So what he wanted to do to Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, and Daniel, he says, no, may that be upon your head, Nebuchadnezzar. And any,
What did you just read?
Yeah, you were chapter 4.
You read it somewhere.
Oh,
Baby,
shoot.
I don't mean no harm.
Man, my whole page flipped. Y'all didn't tell me nothing. He said 22.
Babe, chapter 3.
Yeah,
20.
my whole page flipped. I apologize, but I'm going to read that again too. We're going to go there. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, and the furnace, you should have stopped me a long time ago, furnace and exceeding hot, and the flame of the fire slew those men, took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So, look, the people that they bringing up to the door, to the furnace, the ones that's bringing them up there, they got burned.
Yep.
And Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego was able to walk right on in, right along with that. Right on in there.
Oh, that's deep what you just said. Come on,
Do you understand what just happened?
Yeah.
They was able to walk.
Woo.
Look, they wasn't even afraid. They wasn't scared. They walked in there bold as I don't know what.
You said the people that tied them up.
The people that bound them up, that was trying to lock them up and throw them away in chains and cause them to burn, it came back on them. Hey, I'm rubber, you glue. Whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you.
Come on.
Powerful words.
Plot your demise. They fell in the very trap they set for you.
Anybody all I'm going to tell you right now, the Most High says, anybody that's speaking against you,
come on, Lord.
Anybody that's talking against you, that's slandering your name, that's trying to bound you up, that's trying to send you to jail, that's trying to send you to prison, that's trying to send you into the pits of hell, that's trying to lead you into a place of destruction, that's trying to set up your demise, that's trying to take you to court, that's trying to put you on child support, that's trying to literally slander your character. He says it's coming back on them. Anybody that wants to put the shackles on your feet, that wants to put the shackles behind you, that wants to throw you in there, he says, no, that will happen to them.
Come on.
Because they are slandering my chosen son. It says, touch not my anointed, and do my prophets no harm. Do you really see the story here? Woo! Daniel is anointed, and the prophets is Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And so is Daniel. He's a prophet as well, because he works in the fivefold ministry.
That's it, the fivefold ministry. Break it down.
But he has to teach the young ones, Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, the ones that's under him, the ones that he is led to teach to. He has to show them the way so their faith will be just like his.
That's it.
All I'm saying is, don't be speaking against folk.
Come on.
Because you never know who you're talking about. You never know who the Most High going to use to bring that word, to bring that truth to you, to open your eyes, to open your ears, to where you understand the scriptures now.
Real. Come on. They want to talk all that noise. It's daytime. Come on.
Thank you for getting me back on track.
Oh, you were.
Then Nebuchadnezzar, the king, was astonished and arose up in haste and spake and said unto his counselors, did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, true, O king, we did. We did do that. He answered and said, and lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. And the form of the the form of the 4th is like the Son of God, the Son of the Most High.
Jesus.
Wait a minute, we threw 3 men in. Why is there 4 men in there?
Hey.
There was 3.
It's only 3 in there. Daniel up here with me.
That's your help. Come on,
but there's a 4th one in there that looks like the Son of Man. Where the heck did he come from? Because y'all only was supposed to throw Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in there. But now there's a 4th one in there, and he looks like the Son of Man.
Yes, Lord. Walking around.
Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace, and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, you servants of the Most High God, come forth and come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth from the midst of the fire.
Out of that fire.
Did you hear them run up out of there? No. They walked straight up out of there.
Straight up out that fire. Come on.
No fire on them, Jerry.
My God. It didn't touch them.
Nothing burned their clothes, Malia. It didn't even burn their hair, LJ. Now remember, they went in there with their clothes on, with their representation of kingdom-mindedness, of royalty.
Yes, Lord.
And then they came out unscathed,
they had their
unburned.
Baby.
They came out like, here I am.
Here I am.
You know, what's that game that they play?
Come on.
Mother finger. You know that song? Where are you?
Yeah, here I am.
Here I am. Yeah, that's how they came out. Like, here I am.
Straight up.
Here we go. Here I go.
Right, here I Jesus, I can't with you.
Like mystical. Here I
go. He said, here I go.
Here I is.
Here I is.
And the princes. Now check it out, y'all. Where we at, chapter 3? Verse 27. And the princes, the governors, the captains, and the king's counselors, being gathered together, saw these men upon whose bodies the fire had no power, nor was a hair of their head singed, neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of the fire had passed on. They didn't even smell like fire.
Smell like fire. Come on.
Do you know when you go into a fire, you come out, there's always a stench, there's always a smell in the air that you can smell. Something was burning.
Go through nothing,
like how that gas was on the other day, and you could smell the gas in the air. But we came out this house, we didn't smell like gas. And I'm telling you, I lit something, and I could have, this whole house could have been burnt. I lit something.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, I still smelled the gas.
Yep.
But nothing hit me. No fire came near our house. Man, do y'all realize we in that furnace?
The enemy tried it.
The enemy's trying to take us out left and right.
Yes, Lord.
Now,
that's deep.
Where am I at?
We were on 28.
Then Nebuchadnezzar spake and spake and said, blessed be the God, the Most High God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and delivered his servants and trusted in him, and he changed the king's word and yielded their bodies that they might not serve nor worship any god, lowercase g, except their own God.
That's it.
So now he said, look, hey, I'm a believer today. We will not worship false gods anymore, but we will worship only the God of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the God that they came over here into the land of Babylon, and they learned about the true living God now.
29.
Yes. Therefore, I make a decree that every people, nation, and language which speaks anything amiss against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego shall be cut in pieces, and their houses shall be made a dunghill, because there is no other God.
No other God.
No other God.
No other God.
No other God. No other Father.
Nobody like him.
That can deliver after this sort. Can't nobody tell me God is not real, that he's not for his people, that he won't keep them away from all hurt, harm, and danger. Then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon. He promoted them. That day, they got a promotion. Look, just not too long ago, Daniel got promoted, and he got to sit in the king's presence. But he sent Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego back out to the land where they would have to worship the heathen. But they said, no, we're not doing that no more. We're not going with the hoe. We're not going with the idols. We're not following into this destruction no more. And we're not listening to this music no more.
They got promotion for standing.
But because they stood their ground on what Daniel, the prophet, had spoke to them, they came out the land unscathed, unharmed, didn't have no fire on them, didn't have no smoke coming off of them, didn't even smell like smoke.
Like it didn't even happen. There's never been a guy who could
Nebuchadnezzar had no other choice but to believe. Thank y'all for tapping on the screen. Thank y'all for sharing the live. I really do appreciate y'all. And we ain't done. We got one more chapter and then we'll come to a close.
That's deep. Come on.
That is very deep, because that's the very thing that we're living in right now. Yes, go ahead. You go to the bathroom. You never got to ask. But I appreciate you being respectful. You know, that shows that you have respect and you have class. So thank you again. But yeah, y'all got to understand, for those that's listening to this, that's reading this word, that's got back into the Old Testament, this is what the prophets was talking about, and what we living in, and what we going through, and what we need to turn away from.
Yes, Lord.
This is why your teachers and your preachers, your pastors and them, don't want to go back into the Old Testament, and this is why they don't want to read a scripture or a book all the way through and give you its whole totality.
Yes, Lord. Interpretation.
Why they want to give you little bits and pieces, and then jump over here, and then jump back over here, and then base their whole lesson about getting rich.
Come on. Getting rich.
Nebuchadnezzar, the king, unto all people, nations, and languages that dwell in all the earth, peace be multiplied unto you. I thought it good to show the signs and wonders that the high God hath wrought toward me. How great are his signs, and how mighty are his wonders. His kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and his dominion is from generation to generation.
Yes, Lord.
It keeps going.
It keeps going.
And going.
Come on.
And going. And going. The generation that's waking up now, they waking up from a real prophet now. From a real teacher now. From a real preacher now. From a real shepherd now. From a real pastor now.
Them dry bones. They rattling.
Ain't no bishop. I know the bishop, but I ain't no bishop.
They rattling, baby.
I ain't trying to be no bishop. But I will tell you that I know a bishop that teaches the word, that teaches the truth, and that's learning to follow the word of the Most High. And he learned that he's Hebrew too.
Come on.
Uh-oh.
Learning the truth. Learning the truth.
Because some people, They don't want to hear the truth.
They don't want to hear it.
They don't want to wake up and realize that the truth will set you free. Free from what? Free from Babylon. Free from her mindset. Free from poverty. Free from somebody lying to you. Free from somebody telling you that once saved is always saved.
All that. Come on.
Lies.
What'd you say? Same God right now?
Same God back then. It wasn't once saved back then. Nope. So why would he do once saved, always saved in today's day and age? When we doing worse than what they did.
You don't play that. Come on.
Come again?
You don't play that.
Thank you. Nebuchadnezzar was at rest in mine house and flourishing in my palace. I saw a dream which made me afraid, and the thoughts upon my bed and the visions of my head troubled me. Therefore made I a decree to bring all the wise men of Babylon before me, that they might make known unto me the interpretation of the dream. Then came the magicians, the astrologers, the Chaldeans, and the soothsayers, and I told them the dream before them, but they did not make known unto me the interpretation thereof. But at the last, Daniel came in before me, whose name was Belteshazzar, according to the name of my God, and in whom is the spirit of the holy gods. And before him I told the dream, saying,
what did he say?
O Belteshazzar, master of the magicians, because I know that the spirit of the holy gods is in thee, and no secret troubles thee. Tell me the visions of my dream that I have seen, and the interpretation thereof. So Belteshazzar, which is Daniel, he said, tell me the interpretation of my dream. Tell me about these things. But I didn't tell you my dream, so how do you know this thing? Thus were the visions of mine head in my bed. I saw, and behold, a tree in the midst of the earth, and the height thereof was great. Now, who is the tree in the midst of this dream that he's having? And the height thereof was great, 90 feet tall.
It was him.
Thank you. The tree grew and was strong, and the height thereof reached unto heaven, and the sight thereof to the end of all the earth. Did you not start out as a small root?
Yeah.
And you grew up, and then you became this tree? And then when you became the tree, you thought that you were mightier and higher than anybody because you was in the place where you thought that you couldn't be touched.
Come on.
You thought that nobody would see you, that nobody would turn on you,
You was untouchable.
that you thought you was untouchable. Or, I'm sorry, in the words of Michael Jackson, you thought you was invincible.
Real literally.
You thought you was invincible. And Michael Jackson got a song called Invincible. It's on the Unbreakable album.
Yeah.
If you ain't heard Michael Jackson and you just now hear about it, go listen to the Unbreakable album. It's called Unbreakable for a reason. The Most High's words will not be broken. It's unbreakable.
You just now hearing about Michael.
You just now hear, some of y'all just now hearing about Michael. And that album, it's called Unbreakable. But that song is called Invincible.
Invincible.
You think you invincible.
They think they are.
I didn't get it in.
Right.
She's invincible. And he was talking about somebody where she thought she was invincible. But you about to see that beehive, you wasn't that invincible. And them children too. All right, getting back to the word. We gonna finish up because we coming to a close. All right. What verse am I in, LJ?
I'm pretty sure. 12.
Thank you. The leaves thereof were fair, and the fruit thereof much, and it was meat for all. The beast of the field had shadow under it, and the fowls of the heaven dwelt in the boughs thereof, and all the flesh was fed of it. Everybody was fed from it. Everybody got to eat. Everybody got to creep. Everybody got to go to the party. Everybody got to become superstars. Everybody got to become basketball players, football players. Everybody got to become actors and actresses. Everybody got to be played with.
Everybody got put on.
Everybody got put on the set, cuz. Everybody got put on the set, blood. Everybody got to get put on. Everybody got to start walking around here with purses and stuff.
Come on.
Now, everybody got to start walking around in blouses now.
Right.
Men walking around here in women's clothing.
That part.
Acting all feminine. Everybody got to to do it now. Because, oh, we can just put on the disguise now.
Right.
It's make-believe. This is not who we really are. We don't wear dresses and stuff.
Monkey see,
We don't
monkey
dress
do.
like women. It's just acting. Have you lost your mind?
Baby, monkey see, monkey
If
do.
it's just acting, don't you know that you're putting it on the TV? Don't you know that the little ones, they see it
do.
and they say, oh, I want to be like him too. I want to be like her too. I want to be like a man too. I want to be like a woman too. I could be a stud.
Right.
I could be a woman.
I
could put on the stuff.
All that.
I can have a baby too.
Right.
We can have a family too. We can raise, look, in the 2 households, 2 fathers, 2 mothers. All you got to do is adopt you one of them.
That's it.
False.
Baby.
That is not of the Most High Yah. That is confusion.
Baby, they creating their own family.
Because when your kids say, where do babies come from?
Right.
About the birds and the bees. Oh, we got stingers and they got, the dough that the key go in. R. Kelly said it on one of his songs. This is the remix to Ignition, hot and fresh out the kitchen. He told you he got the remix to Ignition. What ignition is you starting? What keys do we got? We got the key. Y'all got the dough.
It's the birds and squirrels now.
Birds and squirrels. But you understand? We got the key. They got the entrance to the door. But you got the key to unlock that mug. But don't unlock it too early. Because if you have too many of them too early, they're going to lock you up. They're going to throw you away. As a matter of fact, like the man said on the song, he don't want to raise his child, he ready to roll.
He ready to roll. He don't want to raise that child.
Because he don't know how to raise a child. Somebody taught him how to unlock the door too early.
And he out.
You need to do like Tyler Perry said when he finally becomes a man and not a woman. But you need to clink. You need to lock it down. Fathers, you need to be in the house and then telling your daughters, girl, you better lock it down.
I know that's right.
You better lock it down. You better quit shaking your tail now.
I know that's right.
Hey, you better get your tail in this house. You better quit trying to do stuff to let people see your future. Try to see everything that, the Most High has blessed you with. And young men, you need to stop being stupid too. Stop tapping the screen trying to look up under the thing. Stop trying to look up under the stairs so you can see what's up under there. You don't need to see what's under there. You need to keep your eyes fixed.
I know that's right.
On the hills to where your help comes from. Straight ahead. You need to hear no evil and you need to see no evil.
Hey.
And the only way you're going to get that is you're going to have to put a father in the house.
Don't look to the left and don't look to the right.
You're going to have to put a shepherd in the house.
So you got to be in the house.
You're going to have to bring the law to the house. You're going to have to put the man back in the house. We can't have no more Claudines no more.
I know that's right.
With James Earl Jones, God rest his soul. But we can't have no more of them.
Can't have no more of that.
We can't have that. We got to have the right ones.
You got to have them in place.
We got to have them in place because, they're going to come in there and they're going to investigate.
Yes, Lord.
Where'd you get this chair from? Where'd you get this table from? Where'd you get this toaster from? Where'd you get this microwave from? Who's providing this stuff?
Right.
Where are you getting this money
Where
from?
all this come from?
Yeah, they ain't doing that no more. They not on that no more. And they ain't been on that since 2020.
Yep.
It's 2024.
Right.
Ain't nobody worrying about if they coming inside your house and they trying to see what's going on. They trying to worry about what's going on inside their own home.
Yep. Whether now you got a man in there or not, come on.
Let me get back into it. Where I'm at 13, LJ.
I think it was on 14.
Yeah.
Oh. He cried aloud and said thus. I'm past that. But I'll say it again. He cried aloud and said thus. Hew down the tree and cut off his branches. Shake off his leaves and scatter his fruit. Let the beasts get away from under it and the fowls from his branches. Nevertheless, leave the stump of his roots in the earth, even with a band of iron and brass and tender grass of the field, and let it be wet with the dew of heaven, and let his portion be with the beasts and the grass of the earth. Verse 16. So he said, look, the branches that he had, the stuff that he had, and we talk about trees and branches, but he's talking about your seeds.
Yeah, listen now.
We are the trees. We are the ones that grow up and become the trees that everybody sees. Like the blind man said, I see people like trees.
He sure did.
They told us in the word that we was the trees. I see people, men, like trees.
Yeah. That's New Testament. Come on.
And that's your New Testament, but we still in the Old Testament. Thank you, sweetie. That's my baby in the background, y'all. She keep me going, and that's my children, too, in the background. You know, I got one that's going to ask a million of questions. I got one that's going to keep me on track and tell me what verse I'm at. And then I got one that like to fall asleep. But he also is the one that gets up and gets daddy his water or whatever he needs.
He the water man.
He the water man. He the water boy.
He the water boy.
He the water boy. He gonna say, but my dad said. He gonna say my mama said. Right. He gonna say my dad said. He gonna tell you. But I got all of them. I got the teacher, the preacher.
Hey.
I got the demon slayer, and then I got this. I got Jack that just be into everything and can turn into anything and anybody, because he literally take on everybody's traits. He be trying to be the teacher, he trying to be the preacher, but he be the ones getting people involved in everything. He like a little man running around here in a little child's body.
That's it.
He walking around here in his little towel, bouncing to the room, little old man.
Little old man.
With his little towel, he be bouncing to the room with his music. I'm like, what is this boy doing? This boy is too daggum grown for his age. But he got a little kid's mindset. But I know where he get it from because he see me. I'm like, they must get it from me because they ain't never walked around in their towels like that. Because when I used to go to their mama house, when I was over there, their towels would be all up here and all of this be showing down here. I'm like, man, hey, you is not a girl. You ain't got breasts. Like, wrap that mug up. Shoot, walking around here like that. I had to teach him. Like, hey, put your towel on, man. Like, wrap yourself up. We don't need to see all that.
Right.
You show your chest or whatever, but shoot. You gotta cover up your loins, your parts.
That's why they need a man in the house.
Exactly. She said it. Verse 16. Let his heart be changed from man's, and let a beast's heart be given unto him, and let 7 times pass over him. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High rules in the kingdom of men, and gives it to whomsoever he will, and sets up over it the beast of men. So look, this is the prayer that they prayed. All they said was, I'm rubber, you glue. Whatever you say bounces off me, sticks to you. Father, whatever they trying to do up against us, whatever they trying to bring up against us, whatever they trying to throw us in, whatever they trying to make hotter, 7 times hotter, and trying to throw us into it, make them go into it.
Let them get in that fire.
So when they went in there, they went in there silently.
Sure did.
We already prayed.
Yep.
We already know what to do. Matter of fact, we prayed in the secret place. We fasted. We went on a Daniel fast.
That was it.
We ate fruits. We ate vegetables. No meat touched our mouths.
You didn't have to tell nobody.
We drank water. We didn't drink wine. We didn't drink liquor. We didn't drink Ciroc.
Right.
We didn't drink vodka. We didn't drink Grey Goose.
Right.
We didn't drink Douce. We didn't drink Patron.
Right.
We didn't drink Crown Royal. We didn't drink margaritas.
Hey.
We didn't drink beer. We didn't get lit. We just drank the water. This is water. It is water. Water. We drank the water.
We drank the water.
All right.
It's pure water.
Yes, it's just water. This dream I, King Nebuchadnezzar, have seen. Now thou, O Belteshazzar, declare the interpretation thereof. For as much as all the wise men of my kingdom are not able to make known unto me the interpretation, but thou art able, for the spirit of the holy gods is in thee. He said the Ruach HaKodesh, the Spirit, the Holy Spirit is within you. The Spirit of the Lord is within thee. Then Daniel, whose name was Belteshazzar, was astonished for 1 hour, or astoned for 1 hour, and his thoughts troubled him. The king spake and said, Belteshazzar, let not the dream or the interpretation thereof trouble thee. Belteshazzar answered and said, my Lord, the dream be to them that hate you, and the interpretation thereof to thine enemies. So anybody that hates Belteshazzar, the dream is now for those that hate Nebuchadnezzar. Anybody that's hating Nebuchadnezzar right now, the dream is for y'all right now. This is the new chapter. This is chapter 4. See, Belteshazzar, his dream was that he would come tumbling down because he was set up for 90 feet tall and that, you know, he had to do something. But Nebuchadnezzar, his dream was literally 90 feet tall, that he would come crashing down, he would crash out. But he had to be obedient, that he had to set up another.
Yeah.
Because God will speak through dreams and he'll tell you what he's going to do. But if you don't follow, he's going to bring doom to you. And Nebuchadnezzar said, nope, this ain't going to happen to me. Matter of fact, Daniel, come on up here in the King's Gate. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, I saw y'all in the fire, and I saw the fourth one that was in there with you. Matter of fact, y'all come on up here too. Now, the dream that he's interpreting, he says, it's for the people that's hating on you. Here we go. What verse am I at?
It's for him.
Am I in 20?
Yeah,
thank you.
You're in 20.
The tree that thou sawest which grew and was strong, whose height reached unto the heaven, and the sight thereof to all the earth, whose leaves were fair, and the fruit thereof much. In it was meat for all, under which the beasts of the field dwelt, and upon whose branches the fowls of heaven had their habitation. They was all with them in all of this. This was their habitation. This was where they gathered at. This was their safe haven. They didn't want to leave this place because they was under Nebuchadnezzar, who led them into this, who brought them into this type of music, who had them serving this type of stuff, who had them doing this type of stuff, who had them involved in stuff that they knew nothing about. It is thou, O king, that are grown and become strong. He's talking to him. This is you who have become grown and strong. For your greatness is grown and reaches unto heaven, and your dominion to the end of the earth. And whereas the king saw, this is what I read last time.
Said, you are that tree.
A watcher and a holy one coming down from heaven and saying, hew the tree down and destroy it, yet leave the stump of the roots thereof in the earth, even with a band of iron and brass in the tender grass of the field, and let it be wet with the dew of heaven, and let his portion be with the beast of the field till 7 times pass over him. He says, oh king, this dream is about you and those who follow you. Anybody that's rocking with you, anybody that's standing with you, this is for you. It's coming up against you. This is the dream about you. Now, remember, I read this earlier, and y'all asked me, baby asked me, where is you at? Here we go.
Yeah, that's where you was at.
This is the interpretation, O king, and this is the decree of the Most High, which is come upon my Lord the king, that they shall drive thee from men, and your dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field, and they shall make thee to eat grass and oxen, and they shall wet thee with the dew of heaven, and 7 times shall pass over thee, till thou know that the Most High rules in the kingdom of men, and gives to whosoever he will.
Come on.
So you are the one that's coming, that's tumbling down. You are the one that's going to be pouring out. You are the one that's falling down to the ground. You are the one that's losing everything now. You're losing all your riches. You're losing everything. And only way you're going to be able to get in is to what? Confess your sins and to turn away from the heathen.
You're going to be a beast on the ground.
But 7 times, 7 years.
That's deep.
Here we go. And whereas they commanded to leave the stump of the tree roots, leave the stump of the tree roots, your kingdom shall be sure unto thee, after that thou shalt have known that the heavens do rule, that the heavens do rule, that the Most High sees everything, and heaven is real. It is true. Wherefore, O king, let my counsel be acceptable unto thee, and break off your sins by righteousness, and thine iniquities by showing mercy to the poor. So now King Nebuchadnezzar has to break off his sins by doing what? Showing mercy to the poor. He's got to give to the poor. He's got to give to those that are in need.
Come on.
Sell everything and follow me. Ooh, that's deep. Because who said that? Sell everything and follow me.
Jesus.
What were you going to say?
No, I said Jesus said that. So I wanted to read how this reads.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'm reading from the Message Bible, and this is 26 and 27. The part about the tree stump and the roots being left means that your kingdom will still be there for you after you learn that it is heaven that runs things. So, King, take my advice. Make a clean break with your sins and start living for others. Quit your wicked life and look after the needs of the down and out. Then you will continue to have a good life.
So, his stuff's still going to be there, but it's a work to be done. When they say you can't work to get into the kingdom, that you don't work to get in, that you ain't got to follow the laws of the Most High, they lying to you.
It's an inner work.
Because it's an inner work that's got to be done, but it's an outer work that has to be shown amongst the people.
That's it.
It's a purging that's got to be inside of you, but on the outside, where people see the flesh part of you, it's a work to be done.
What it say?
To show them exactly what it is. Because you are overcome by the sacrificial lamb and by the word of your testimony.
Right, and he say, too much is given, much is required.
Too much is given, much is required. So if I'm going to give you back this, I require this of you. And if you want this back, you want this old thing back, you're going to have to work for that. That's why he says, depart from me, you workers of iniquity. For I never knew you, because you were doing the work of the heathen. But when you decide to walk away from the heathen, he says, job well done, my good and faithful servant. What is job well done?
Come on.
Trabajad, Spanish. A work to be done.
Yeah.
It's a work. So if you can work to get in hell, you can work to get in heaven. But it's an outer work to be done, but it's in the inside that the work is really being purged out of. Verse 27?
Nope, you're on 28.
Thank y'all. All this came upon King Nebuchadnezzar. At the end of 12 months, he walked in the place of the kingdom of Babylon. At the end of 12 months. So we was just in the 7th month is what he was talking about when Daniel came in. But now he says at the end of 12 months. Isn't that your full year?
Come on.
Yes.
That's a whole year since they took out the 13th month. But still, 12 months since, hey, we serving Babylon. We got 12 months. We over here in it. So you're going to have to wait to the end of 12 months.
Okay.
Can I read my title?
Sure.
Okay, the title of mine says, The Loss and Regaining of a Mind and a Kingdom. So that's what he's going to get back.
Now, the king spake and said, is not this great Babylon that I have built for the house of the kingdom by the might of my power and for the honor of my majesty? That's a question.
Come on.
He's asking himself this point at this time, like, did I really do this? Did I make them serve me? Did I make them follow me? Did I make them follow the gods that I was following into or that I was taught about? Did I do this very thing? This is the question he's asking himself. He's really doing what Michael Jackson said. Take a look at the man in the mirror.
Take a look at yourself and make a change.
Take a look at me now.
Come on. You gotta look at yourself.
While the word was in the king's mouth, there fell a voice from heaven saying, O King Nebuchadnezzar, to thee it is spoken. The kingdom is departed from thee, and they shall drive thee from men, and thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field. They shall make thee to eat grass as oxen, and 7 times shall pass over thee until thou know that the Most High rules in the kingdom of men and gives it to whosoever he will. The same hour was the thing fulfilled upon Nebuchadnezzar, and he was driven from men and did eat grass as the oxen, and his body was wet with dew of heaven, till his hairs were grown like eagle's feathers, and his nails like birds' claws.
Of a hawk.
Hey, at this time, you ain't eating nothing. You ain't getting nothing. You out there in the wilderness. Your nails ain't getting clipped no more. You ain't getting groomed. You ain't getting no pedicures. They just growing now.
Break that down.
As a matter of fact,
animal in the field.
Literally
have became an animal.
Yeah, you have literally become an animal in the field. You are becoming that very bird that you thought that you was. You know, we travel on wings like eagles, y'all. Like eagles, y'all. Now you about to really be that raven out there. You about to really be that eagle that they was talking about. Because the only way you're going to get up there is you got to caw. You got to sound the alarm. And verse 34. And at the end of the days, I, Nebuchadnezzar, lifted up mine eyes unto heaven, and mine understanding returned unto me. And I blessed the Most High, and I praised and honored him that lives forever, whose dominion is an everlasting dominion, and his kingdom is from generation to generation. So now Nebuchadnezzar is understanding the call now.
He said, I looked to heaven and I was given my mind back
to where my help is coming from. Who's going to get me out of this? Because man can't get me out of this. The crystals can't get me out of this. The sorcerers can't get me out of this. The false gods can't get me out of this. The Ashkenazis can't get me out of this. The Rockefellers can't get me out of this. None of these suckers can get me out of this. Only the Most High can get me out of this. That's what Nebuchadnezzar is saying.
It's your mind.
I got to come out of her, my people.
Break it down.
And all the inhabitants of the earth are reputed as nothing. And he does according to his will in the army of heaven and among the inhabitants of the earth. And none can stay his hand or say unto him, what dost thou? Or what doest thou? What do you know now? Can I hide my hand now? No, I know everything. I've seen everything. I've watched it all. This is just a rerun to me. I've been watching for a long time. I've been watching for a long time. I've been on the prowl. I've just been waiting for my prophets, for my sons, for my daughters to come out and speak about me now.
Baby, what they say, ain't nothing new under the sun.
Ain't nothing new under the sun. You got to turn away. You got to walk a different way. You got to talk a different way. You got to be a different way. You got to do like the Ninja Turtles on that song. He said, walk straight.
Hey.
No need to mutate.
That's it.
Mutate. Never got to mutate. You got to walk straight.
That's it.
No need to mutate.
Don't mutate.
You don't need to mutate into nothing. Because if you walking straight, that narrow pathway, and you're not looking to the left, not looking to the right, not looking behind you, not looking for Lot's wife or doing like Lot's wife did, and looking behind you, trying to see what's going on, you got to walk straight.
Walk straight, baby. Walk straight.
No need to look to the left or the right. Because if you look to the left or the right, you're going to mutate.
Come on, say it.
You're going to mutate into something else. You're going to say, oh, I can follow her. I can follow him. I can subscribe to them. I can subscribe to him. No, you got to walk straight.
You got to walk straight.
You got to follow the right one.
You got to be you. You got to be everybody else.
You got to be who the Most High is calling you to be. And you can feel the call. Everybody feels it. Because you see, they're all starting to what? Fall. They're starting to crash out.
That's it. They're crashing out.
They starting to spaz out.
My.
All right. At the same time, my reason returned unto me. And for the glory of my kingdom, mine honor and brightness returned unto me. And my counselors and my lords sought unto me, and I was established in my kingdom, and excellent majesty was added unto me. Now I, Nebuchadnezzar, praise and extol and honor the King of heaven, all whose works are truth and his ways judgment. And those that walk in pride, he is able to abase. If you walk in pride, if you walking in haughtiness, if you're walking in beauty and thinking that just because you got the money, you got the cars, you got the shoes, you got the clothes, you got everything, that you feel like you got all the money and you're very prideful. Hey, all of y'all are coming down too.
Coming down.
Everything is coming down. You're going to have to give your stuff to the people now.
That fake beauty.
That money, that stuff cannot save you.
Ain't none of that saved.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all listening to the lesson. I only got time. The Most High said you only do through chapter 4. But, hey, coming up this week, we will be, because it's only, I think, what, Daniel's only about, what, 12 chapters? 11 chapters long. Yeah. So, next week, we got 5 through 8. And then, hey, the Lord's willing, because, hey, that's my birthday, which we don't celebrate birthdays, but that's the day that I was brought into the world. And I don't celebrate, I don't do stuff like that because that's a custom of the heathen.
Yeah.
That's a custom that they gave to us that we should celebrate. But I'm going to make sure that we celebrating the Most High on that day, you know, because it's the Sabbath day.
Come on.
So I appreciate everybody for coming on in and listening in. Y'all tune in on YouTube. Y'all can check it out on YouTube, the full lesson. And as y'all can see, I even got Daniel, which I'm standing right here, and you got the lions around here. You know, it's the lion's den. But it's the way the Most High tells me to give the lesson so you can see it. You can see that, hey, the lions, they sitting and they at attention. They paying attention. Anybody that's watching that ain't commenting, that know who I am and don't want to say nothing because you don't like me or you don't think that the Most High can use me or you feel that I'm a wolf in sheep's clothing, hey, it's you that he's finna come up against because it say, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. And you have heard from a prophet speak to you today. Yeah. Shalom, kings and queens, brothers and sisters. That means peace be unto you. I love y'all. Blessings to y'all.
Have a blessed Sabbath. Love y'all.
All right, we're going to stay on one of these.
That was good.
Hey, matter of fact, I'm going to stay on the anointed shepherd because we still got Sabbath, me and my family. And I want y'all to come on in with the questions, the comments, like tell me what y'all learned. I love when y'all be commenting, man. So I'm going to stay live on the anointed shepherd, but on Pastor Knowledge, I'm shutting it down. Shalom. I'm going to come back, y'all, because I got to close it out because I got to literally, come right back because this lesson is going on YouTube. Knowledge the Raven, 2468. Who do you appreciate?